Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack. And 1, 2, 3, and go.
Hello, you go first.
Hello, I am Professor X.
Okay. Hello, my name is... Junior Cortez. Yeah.
Say that word.
My name is Junior Cortez.
Junior. Okay. Agent. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Not bad. Not bad. That's all I go here. And welcome back to
Please Don't Spoil the Movie.
A podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
Sometimes.
And before we get started, I just want to say, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Please Don't Spoil the Movie. TikTok, Please Don't Spoil. We're pretty much on Facebook and we're everywhere. And thanks for listening. Our numbers have been pretty standard, pretty good, pretty not standard, decent. I like them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I mean, nothing crazy. No, not like 6.
We're not living off of this.
Yeah, nothing more.
Don't quit our day job.
Right, nothing more than 100. But I like it.
Solid growth. You know what they call that?
Growth. Yes. Amen. 2024, the year of growth.
What's going on? What's happening?
I watched the movies.
She watched the movies.
I watched some movies.
Oh, okay.
Some
I was
movies.
like, the movies? What are the movies?
I watched some movies. Let's start. I watched Willy Wonka.
Oh, okay.
The new one. Not bad. I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
I know. And I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the
It's a musical?
Oh, yes, honey. It's a musical.
Oh, can he sing?
Good enough.
It gets the job done.
Yeah, it gets the job done.
They slap a little auto-tune on there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I will watch it again, and I will tell people to watch it. Not bad. The music wasn't bad. I like the story. I like the characters. And it was a little long, but it wasn't, as I was watching it, I wasn't been like, okay, how much longer?
Yeah.
But it was good.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I watched, what's that movie? With Emma Stone.
Poor Things.
I watched Poor Things.
How was it?
Way more sex than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, really?
Lots of sex.
Ew.
And what's the guy who's the Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo. She's
in
having
it.
sex with him.
She has sex with Mark. I saw his naked butt.
That's what I was scared was gonna happen. You said sex, and I was like, oh, please not with Mark Ruffalo.
She has sex with Mark. When they cut to that scene, I said, oh my God, should I be watching this?
Yeah.
Lots of sex.
I'm uncomfy.
It's a lot of sex, but it was really good. It's like I don't want to say coming of age movie, but it's like she's like Frankenstein, but she like goes out into the world and she like discovers herself basically.
Right.
But a lot of stuff happens, but yeah. Lots of sex.
Interesting.
Lots of sex, but I did enjoy it.
Okay.
And it went from black. It was like started off black and white. And at first I was just like, I'm not into it. But eventually it got to color to a point that I forgot that it
was ever
turned
to black and white and turned to color.
Right. The main guy who's the Green Goblin from
that guy. That old guy,
he's like the Frankenstein.
Yeah,
he's
like
Frankenstein or the guy. Yeah, but his face was uncomfortable at first because his whole thing is his dad used to like do
incision surgery.
Yeah, like what is the word?
Testing.
Do like all kind of stuff on his body. So his face is all messed up and making me really uncomfortable at first. But it's a really good movie.
Okay,
really good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Any other ones?
I feel like I saw one more. I saw Willy Wonka. I saw Poor Things. Maybe that was it. I really wanted to watch Mean Girls, but I didn't get around to it.
Oh,
that's next on my list.
You said Mean Girls, and I was like, "You've seen that 100 times."
The musical, obviously.
But the musical, I see. I will not be watching.
Oh, really?
I only support the original. Sorry,
it's based off the musical.
Sure, not enough.
Have you seen anything? Did you do any of your homework?
Relax. Okay. Calm down.
You said you had to watch so many movies.
I started watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. I didn't finish it though.
How far did you make it?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Do you know like I don't know if it's that big of a secret, but the daughters.
I think I made it to where they, the mom and the daughter are in this place and everything's like white.
She's telling
she
her
has
about
like the hair with like the braids.
She's telling her about the everything donut.
Yeah,
so I think everything into a donut.
Yeah. I think it was somewhere around there, maybe.
Yeah, they go back and forth between that, so maybe in the middle or something like that.
Yeah, I think I probably had like 50 minutes left.
Okay.
When I turned it on, I was like, I know I'm not gonna finish it.
Yeah,
because it's like 2.5 hours. I was like, yeah, I will not.
I almost didn't. That's why I was gonna watch Poor Things, and then I saw how long it was, and I watched the trailer, and I saw it was in black and white. I was like, let me watch Willy Wonka. I was like,
let me do this.
Let me do this instead. And then I worked my way up to Poor Things. I didn't finish it in one night because I think it was 2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, but it was actually really good. It was really long, but she went on an adventure and a lot of sex. I was like, oh wow. It was dumb. But anywho.
Gross.
Yeah. But tell me when you finish it. It's such a good movie.
I will. I don't know why. I could have sworn you told me the movie was about the daughter and not the mom. And I thought...
There had a bit of confusion because there's no way I said that.
I'm almost certain you said that. I vividly remember you saying it reversaled.
You vividly remember wrong.
Well... Nonetheless, I still have to finish it. Yeah. The Oscars weren't too long ago. Emma Stone won Best Actress for her performance in Poor Things.
Poor Things, yeah.
Oppenheimer took it home with 7.
Did it?
7 awards. 7 Academy Awards.
That's next on my list.
I will not be watching that.
I'm going to split that one in half. It's on Peacock.
I would have to do that in like 5 days.
I'm going to try. Maybe Monday, Tuesday.
I didn't watch the Oscars though, so.
It's okay. I think that Black picture, what's it called? About the black guy writing the book.
American Fiction.
I think they won something.
Oh, good.
They won Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Actor. Did they? Is this stuff they were nominated? Best Picture? No, can't be.
Couldn't have won all those things.
Okay, they won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay.
Okay, good.
But they were nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Original Score. Okay, Best Original Score.
Okay.
I love a soundtrack.
1 out of 5.
They're nothing.
That's not bad for the Oscars.
All right. You know what I heard? Movie did terrible, and I'm so glad it did. It wasn't an Oscar-nominated movie. That that other black movie. It's like the Negro Magical League.
Oh yeah.
What's it called? I heard that
the
Magical.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever talked
Did
about
it?
Negro.
You know what pissed me off about that movie?
He marries a white lady.
In the movie?
I don't know if he marries a white lady, but his love interest in the movie is a white woman. Have you not seen the trailer?
You're joking.
Jade. So what? Besides the crazy premise of the movie that they are trying to make sure that all white people are comfortable, and I was like, okay, fine, let's see where this goes.
Yeah,
but he's part of this magical. The main guy.
What's the name of the movie?
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
Okay.
The main guy, the little tiny one.
Right.
I guess I don't know how it goes, but he's partnered with some white man, and the white man loves some white lady, and the black guy falls in love with the white woman, and that's his
battle.
Yeah,
who made that and thought that was a good idea?
Girl.
Oh my God!
I said
my whole issue was the fact that y'all got. I was like, all right, I like what you're going.
I thought it was going to be Harry Potter with black people.
I was like, I like what y'all are trying to do here. I'm open to it.
I was so into it.
I was like, I like the theme, but then the main character. This is the thing about magical Negroes. The main character, why is he biracial? I'm like, I'm sorry.
I didn't know he was biracial.
Why is he half white?
I didn't know he was.
If you're gonna make a movie about magical Negroes and how we do whatever we do for white people, why are you picking somebody half white? Let's.
I didn't know he was biracial until this movie came out, and they were like, "Not your pitching this." But
out of all the people, y'all really gonna make a movie about black people and whatever, and you're gonna pick someone who's not even all the way black.
And then you're gonna have a movie called The American Society of Magical Negroes, and his love interest is a white woman.
Who did that? Why did no one think? Who was like, let's make a movie about how white people oppress black people, but we're gonna put somebody biracial as a main character who is so close in proximity to whiteness, is way closer
to me. It wasn't
than
even
a regular black person, and doesn't really know the full Black experience.
But see, it's like, this is what it says. A young man gets recruited into a secret society of magical Black people who dedicate their lives to making white people's lives easier. Although enamored with his new powers, he begins to question the value of being supernatural means to do the very thing he's obligated to do his whole life. I don't know what that means. But why would you have a magical council to make white people's lives easier?
Like, I don't get it. I feel like the description makes it sound worse than what it is. But like seeing the trailer, like the satire behind it, it's like, oh, I see what you're
I guess
here. Like, oh, I kind of get it. Like, oh, that's kind of funny. But like, I was open to it. The description you're reading makes it sound 10 times worse. But like the satire behind it, I'm like, oh, okay. But then my whole qualm was, y'all pick somebody who half white, and then now I'm finding out that he was interested in a white woman also. Girl. Get out of here.
It's got
hang it up.
It's got a 30% rating on Rotten Tomatoes in 22 people like this movie by Google users, and that's usually who I trust is the Google users, not so much Rotten Tomatoes anymore.
22 people like it
on by Google
is that
users.
A lot, or?
22%. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
30% on Rotten Tomatoes, 22% on Google users. I trust Google users because it's like white chicks. Rotten Tomatoes is like white chicks is like 20%, but everybody on Google says it's like 80% good movies.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I need to know what the people think, not
not these 4 people.
Yeah, not some smart
tomato-shaped office.
Right. Exactly. And I finished the first season of Only Murders in the Building. And did I not tell you?
Yeah. When you texted me that, I was out. I was like, oh, I gotta talk about this. What a prime time to talk about it. I don't remember her. You're like, I knew she did it. I was like, did she?
She did it. And I was
no,
like,
she didn't.
Okay, she did.
The deaf kid did it.
So there's two murders. So right, so they solved the murder of who pushed the girl off the building. Yeah. But Tim Konos.
Oh,
died. She murdered. They used to date, and she kills him because he broke up with her. And they originally had thought that the deaf kid and his dad killed Tim because he was trying to bring them down with the whole but he never got a chance to bring him down because.
So when you came in my room and brought her up, and I was like, she's on there. I was like, literally, like, she's on there.
And I remember bringing it up to you. I was like, I don't know how she did it, but I'm pretty sure she's the killer. I have no idea. I was like, I know that little, what she played, the bassoon or something. That lady freaking did it.
Right. And that instrument playing.
And I remember you asking, like, what happened to her? She went to jail.
I was literally like, yeah, what happened to her character? I literally don't remember.
She went to jail.
But because I was like, yeah, he did date her, and I was like, they don't date anymore. I was like, what happened? She was the murderer. She was the murderer.
She did really good. I really liked her reveal. I wasn't like totally put off by it.
So, what did you think of the first season? What'd you think?
I liked it.
Was it funny?
I didn't laugh that much.
Oh, really?
I'm hoping it gets funnier. I'm hoping it gets funnier. I did laugh every now and again, and whatchamacallit makes me laugh.
Like, it catches me off guard.
The guy from Cheaper by the Dozen, he makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's so.
He do be saying some funny stuff.
They're hilarious. Did I tell you about how I watched their stand up one time?
No.
So him, Steve Martin, and Martin Short, they have like a stand up special on like Netflix.
The two of
them. And one day I was just like, this was before
why not?
Murders in the Building ever even came out. But I was like, why not? I was like, let me just watch it. I was like, I don't know why my 28-year-old
it's just like I need these white men.
As a woman is watching these old baby boomer white men. But I was a week at their stand-up. I was like, this is so cute. I was like, I bet everybody in the audience is like 60 and above and old. And they're just, I was like, but I'm really enjoying this.
Having a great time here.
The stand-up that they're bringing. I thought it was hilarious. Oh, I love them.
I wonder how long they've been like best friends, or like
I think they did a movie together like forever ago, and they've been rocking ever since.
They're like, we got something going on here.
That movie, I think it's like the Three Musketeers or the Three Amigos or the Three Sombreros.
And Selena Gomez is starting like towards the end. Her voice is the Three Amigos. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Selena Gomez at the end was getting on my nerves. With that.
My god! Throughout the entire time, I was like, "Shut up."
Yes, she was starting to get on my nerves. They had back something like.
She used to not talk like that on Wizards of Waverly Place. Where that vocal cord is coming from.
They did a last week or recap, and it was just like she said something, and the way she said it, it's just like it was like she said a sentence, but it was just like one long word because it was like, and then we went to the bar. It's just like she doesn't change the tone of anything.
Yeah. And
it's just like, girl,
she just
talks. It's like she's reading the script.
Yes.
And then, so he did it. He killed the guy.
So my question is, what can she do?
I like that. I like the character. I like the little character, but she's not doing it.
Yeah. I like the idea of her being friends with these old guys.
No, I like the idea of her being like bitchy or just like, I like her being dry, but she's not. She's too dry.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, I like the idea of like a young, cool girl, and she's friends with these old white men.
Right.
But she's like dry, and she's like, but she's too dry.
She's not. Yeah, she's not doing it. It's awful. She's awful. She needs to go back to wherever she came from. I'm not a fan of her at all.
Yeah. But she was a celebrity. They needed a celebrity to bring them in to the young group.
The youngers.
And it was a good call.
Yeah.
It's like her Taylor Swift.
It's true.
Oh, God.
Miley Cyrus. They should have called Miley. She's not a good actor
watch that
either,
but she's fun.
She's fun.
Yeah.
She has a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah.
But yes.
I knew she did it. That was good. All right. Anything you watching? Do you want to talk about? You watching The Boys still?
No. Of course I'm not. It's so funny that you say that because on the way here I was watching the episode where we did Freaky Friday and I was talking about The Boys and I was like, I really want to finish this show. I was like, look at me now.
I never want to watch it.
Never watched this.
I know. I binge watched this show the Chancellor's watch. It's called The Strain. It's on FX. It's like some vampire show. And I binge watched the first season like 2 days. And I haven't watched it since. And I loved it. And I enjoyed it. And I was just like, and I'm never going to finish this. It's only 4 seasons. I should finish it. But it's only 4 seasons.
I'll finish The Boys. I'll do it.
I'll do it. Right.
I'll do it.
There's so many shows I haven't finished.
The thing that really keeps me from watching it is because I don't know, watching shows on Amazon Prime, I don't know if it's just like on my TV or the Roku or whatever.
It's slow.
Yeah, you try to rewind it. It takes like 40 minutes to load. I was like, I don't talk to this.
That's my HBO Max. I hate putting up HBO and this TV in here. If I gotta pull up HBO Max, I'm like, let me get my patience together.
Yeah, because and I don't know where I left off on the show, and I'm like, I can see myself having to rewind it and fast forward it to like jog my memory, and that's gonna take me 2 hours.
You have to do it on your laptop first.
Something. But yes.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's all I got.
Oh, okay. Well.
Is that all I got?
Oh, I also been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh. That's a hilarious show.
Is it?
Surprisingly, yes.
And what is his claim to fame? He wrote Seinfeld. Okay.
It's like they say that like every other episode. They're like, who's this? And he's like, I'm the co-creator of Seinfeld. I'm the co-creator of Seinfeld. It's like every other episode someone's asking. It's like, he's a co-creator of Seinfeld. It was funny because I know Brooke watched the show and I was like, this show's hilarious. She's like, yeah, he's a co-creator of Seinfeld. It's like, yeah, I know. It's kind of the whole premise of it.
I know, yeah.
I can't get away from it.
Was she saying that as a joke or she was being serious?
No, she's being serious.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, I know. It's just on the show.
I watched the show. Yeah.
I've seen it.
All right.
Get to the movie, love.
Think a modern take on a classic fairy tale. Think the Hottie Patati. Think a lowly, sad, poor servant girl. Think a diner. Think high school in Southern California. Think evil matron figure. Think annoying stepsisters. Think witty sidekick best friend. Think he was in another movie with another girl. Now he's in a movie with this girl, and those 2 girls hated each other.
Drama.
Think Regina King with braids. Think
interesting.
One of the main characters from Big Bang Theory in one of his first ever roles.
Huh?
Yet a very small one.
Oh.
Think Halloween party. Think glass slipper, but it's not a slipper, it's a cell phone. And that brings us to, drumroll please. Cinderella Story.
Not one I was like, oh wait, great, can't wait. But after watching it, 10 out of 10, man.
I knew, right? I knew, because I knew you didn't want to do it. I was like, she doesn't want to do this one. And I've been wanting to do this one forever.
I was like, okay, sure.
It's fantastic film.
It is.
I'm
really
glad
good.
you say that, because even when I was watching it, because I love my She's All That.
Yeah.
My She's the Man, my 10 Things I Hate About Shoes. This one, I don't give this one enough credit.
Yeah.
Like, I love this one, but I really don't be talking about it
10 out of
like
10.
I do. But this one is so good. I be sleeping on this one.
High stakes. She's really good.
This one's really up there.
Funny.
My only qualm is I also don't think Hilary Duff is that great of an actress. I think she also has one note as well.
This worked for here.
It was okay. I take it.
I mean, she's no Lindsay Lohan, but she'll do.
She's no Lindsay. Yeah. This is not the house that Hilary Duff built. Okay,
we support her.
We support her.
Gorgeous girl.
But yeah, this one is really good. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. I was like, it's so beautiful.
Chills.
It was so
I got some chills.
At the end, I said, oh my god.
I got some freaking chills.
Not to spoil it or anything.
Yeah.
Summary.
I just realized I don't have notes.
Huh?
I just realized I didn't print my notes because I'm not by a printer. But go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask her. I was like, I was gonna text you and see if you want me to print the notes for you, but I was like, I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna ask her.
Yeah.
A modern.
Great story, bro.
A modernization of the classic Cinderella fairy tale. The film's plot revolves around Samantha Sam Montgomery, Hilary Duff. When Sam's widowed father passes away, she is left in the care of her evil stepmother, Fionna, played by Jennifer Coolidge. Yeah. While being tormented by her stepfamily, Sam secretly confides in her own online pen pal, who just so happens to be the most popular boy in school, Austin Ames, played by Chad Michael Murray. The two plan to meet at the high school Halloween dance, but Sam's romantic night must soon come to an end, and she is forced to step back into reality. I wrote that on my own. That was all me.
Sorry, you should have saw your face. You're like, yeah, I did that. I wrote it on my own.
No. Did you like that?
Did you ask? No.
That was great. Thanks. Because the one that Google had, I was like, this is not what happens in this movie.
Sometimes whatsoever. Google be like, Wikipedia, I'm like, who wrote this?
I was like, who came up with this?
Yeah.
It says something about, they were like, a janitor. They called her a janitor. I was like, a janitor?
She's a busboy.
A waitress at best.
Right.
And they were like a janitor at a diner. I was like, okay. And then they were like, starts texting a pen pal after a switch in phones. I was like, no. She was already talking to him, and then she leaves her phone. Not like her phone got stolen and she found somebody else's phone and they started happening. It just so happens to start texting each other.
Freaking AI.
I was like, this isn't correct.
Wrongo.
The film is a teen romantic comedy directed by Mark Rosman and written by Leah Dunlap. The movie's director, Mark Rosman, also directed several episodes of Lizzie McGuire. Makes sense why she's in this movie. The movie was released July 16th, 2004, and is distributed by Warner Brother Pictures. Chad Michael Murray starred as the main character's love interest in both A Cinderella Story and Freaky Friday. Julie Gonzalo, who plays the school bully Shelby Cummings in A Cinderella Story, was also in Freaky Friday with him.
I forgot.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, why does this girl look so familiar?
That's so funny. She's a mean girl as well.
I was like, I've seen her in something.
Doing the same
Friday,
thing.
doing the same thing.
Right.
Doing the same stick.
Right. That's so funny.
So was he. So, kind of. Murray inadvertently found himself involved in the ongoing and now iconic feud that was going on between Hilary Duff and his Freaky Friday co-star Lindsay Lohan after their love triangle with Aaron Carter. So, when you texted me, first of all, I was like, let me tell y'all what this girl texted me.
I said, make sure you include in your notes.
My podcast co-host over here.
I said, make sure you include in your notes.
Also, if you want, in your notes, you should talk about how Chad Michael Murray, being in Freaky Friday and a Cinderella Story, started the beef between Lindsay Lohan and Hilary Duff.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, do you think this is my first time at the rodeo?
Because I totally forgot. And I was like, oh, wait.
And then...
this is it.
You weren't even right, because this is not when their beef started.
But this was part of it.
It is. But their beef dates back to 2001,
yeah,
baby.
I feel like this lit it on. I feel like this brought everyone into it.
Yeah, this ignited it a little bit more. But the year is 2001.
Okay.
Lindsay is doing her thing. Hilary Duff is starring on our hit television show, syndication, The Lizzie McGuire show, movie, whatever it's called. A young Aaron Carter graces a Christmas-themed episode of Lizzie McGuire. The two hit it off, and they begin to date. At a young 13 years old.
Gross.
She's already got her boyfriend locked in. They go on to date for 2 whole years.
Damn.
In the midst of their dating, somehow, he meets Lindsay.
Lindsay!
He then doesn't break up with our young Hilary Duff. No, what does he do? He starts dating Lindsay as well. It doesn't break up with Hilary. Could you believe it?
No, sir. You're on the pot. You're like hot shit now.
First of all, you're only 15. Why are you two-timing bitches? Like, why are you doing that?
It's like, you know what? I like them both.
Yeah. So he is now dating both of them at the same time, then eventually breaks up with Hilary. Right?
Okay.
So he's dating Lindsay, whatever. Now it's time. Now her show, Hilary's show, the Lindsay McGuire show was concluding. The Lindsay McGuire movie comes out. He comes to the premiere. That reignites their love affair. They continue to date after that, but then he cheats on her again with another woman who's not Lindsay Lohan. But, of course, the deed's already been done. They hate each other. They're getting two-timed by the same guy. Instead of hating the guy, they hate each other. But I will say, I think the villain in this story is Lindsay Lohan. But nonetheless.
It's like it's the child version of Brad and Angelina and...
I never thought about that. But yeah, I guess you could say that.
What's the other one's name?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
Team Jen. I don't believe in stealing people's men. I just don't think that's feminism.
It comes to bite you in the butt eventually.
Yeah, Ariana Grande, wake up.
Oh, she's never...
She's gonna have to wait. I'm recording. Someone's calling me. Sorry, I'm so popular. Anywho, on with my story. So, the two hate each other now. Now, they begin a red carpet war, if you will.
Yes.
Lindsay Lohan appears at the premiere of the Cheaper by Dozen film, right? Hilary's like, why is this bitch here? And she's like, okay, you want to come to my movie premiere? I'll come to yours.
How about that?
Hilary Duff appears at the red carpet premiere for Freaky Friday. Fast forward, Hilary Duff is now casted as Sam Montgomery and a Cinderella Story. Filming has wrapped for Freaky Friday. They're done. Chad Michael Murray's done his time with Lindsay. They're done. So now he's joshing it up with Hilary. He gets a call from Lindsay. She's like, hey, you're in this movie with this chick. Let me tell you how awful she is. Ooh. And she starts trash talking Hilary Duff to Chad Michael Murray. Of course, Hilary finds out. She's upset. She's hurt. She's like, this bitch. She bans Lindsay Lohan from coming to the premiere. You wanna play this game? Guess what? You can't come to my movie premiere.
That's
honey,
hilarious.
Sweetheart.
Do you send that to your agent? Like, her agent gets like, you are not invited.
I have no idea. The feud continued on for the years. There was an SNL sketch. Hilary Duff, not Hilary Duff. Lindsay Lohan hosted SNL one night. She was trash talking Hilary Duff in her monologue.
They was like, I don't appreciate her talking about me.
Yeah. Lindsay always just appeared to be the aggressor.
Yeah,
it's the red
it's
hair.
because she's good at it.
Yeah.
And then Hilary's like, what is going on?
And yeah, Hilary Duff is just like so sweet and innocent. She's like, I don't think it's really funny to make fun of anybody on an SNL sketch. I don't take it as a compliment.
I mean, obviously, Lindsay Lohan is the aggressor, but I'm on her side.
I'm not. I mean, this is still the house that Lindsay built.
No, yes.
But like, I think it's a bully.
I think it's fun. I think Lindsay's getting enjoyment out of it, and I feel like she's not serious, but she is.
I think it's a bit mean. Yeah, she is. I think she thinks this is really funny, and like this is really hurting Hilary Duff's feelings. Like,
Hilary's like, this is really hurting.
Like she's not grippling this well.
Yeah.
Anywho, moving on.
I'm hoping by now. I think their beef is squashed. So.
Yeah, their feud's over.
Time.
I mean, I would hope they're almost 40. This is when they were 15.
Like, I can be petty the rest of my life, honey.
This is almost 20 years ago.
If we beef, what you said?
No. If a bitch got beef with me, we got beef forever. I stand on that. That's true. That's a fact. Alrighty.
Any other fun facts?
I got more.
Okay.
Definitely. Rupert Grint, I think that's how you say his last name, was allegedly offered the role of Austin Ames, but filming The Prisoner of Azkaban clashed with the making of this film.
Who do
you think that would be?
Wait, say it again.
Rupert Grint, who was filming The Prisoners of Azkaban. That's our Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
Was offered the role of Austin Ames, but couldn't because he was busy.
None of them.
Who would you think?
To me, it has to be a teacher, but none of them are young enough.
Teacher? No, out of the children.
But all of them came back. Oh, so he did. Oh, so you're saying he did Prisoner of Azkaban?
He didn't do the movie because he was filming Prisoner of Azkaban.
But who was new to the Prisoner of Azkaban? Who started?
I never said anybody was new to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, so they were in Harry Potter. They were in the first Harry Potter.
He's in all of Harry Potter. when they were trying to get
they were
this
like,
movie,
you could be okay.
He was too busy filming Prisoner of Azkaban.
What's the name again?
Oh my god!
What's his name? Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint. Who's hot enough to play?
Okay, I'm just gonna say.
Wait, no. Give me a hint. Which house?
Well, no, I don't want to tell you. For me, the first person that came to mind was Malfoy. I was like, anybody can't. I was like, nobody from this cast should be considered to play Austin Ames. Nobody. But I was like, the only one who
I said Malfoy. You're saying for me it was Malfoy, and then I was right.
An inkling is right? Malfoy.
Was it Malfoy?
No.
Okay, then I don't know.
It was freaking Ron Weasley.
Yeah. You know what the problem was?
What do you mean, yeah?
My problem was with that question is that I can't imagine anyone outside of Harry Potter playing anything outside of Harry Potter.
And they're British.
And they're British.
How to do an American accent? Why him of all people?
But to me, none of them. I know they're trying to do their careers, but none of them can play if they're not holding a wand in their hand. I'm not believing it.
I thought that was just
the
so
fact
stupid.
that someone was like, "You want to play a love interest?" I was just like in my head.
I don't even think I said his name right. I think I said Rupert. Is this? Yeah, this is Rupert.
I love Ron Weasley. I could see it. Actually, no. He's hot. He's kind of hotter now. I don't know.
No, I couldn't see it at any aspect. He's not even tall enough.
I was just about to say that. Not that you had to be a certain height to be in this movie.
Yeah.
But you were like, it was, whatchamacallit?
Chad Michael Murray?
No, the villain. What's his name?
It what?
Malfoy. Malfoy. I was like, he's definitely not tall enough. That's the first thing that came in my head. I was like, he's not tall enough to. He would have to be in like stilettos to play.
I'm weak. Not stilettos.
Because he might as well. He could have played the best friend, Carter.
Right.
But not
That's where I thought I was reading. That's what I was like. Oh, he's gonna play Carter. No, Austin Ames, the heartthrob. Be for real.
Okay. What else you got for me?
Michael Murray, Chad Michael Murray's character was more one-dimensional. In the original script, the backstory of his father wanting him to be a college football player was expanded at his suggestion.
Good choice.
In the original script, the fairy godmother was a Valley Girl character. Until Regina King came on board, the character of Rhonda was written for her.
Oh, I guess I never thought about her as the fairy godmother.
You didn't?
I did not. I did not. I really didn't. Now that you say that, I guess
Jordan, she literally, she's like, I have a dress. You're going to the dance.
Yeah, no. I mean, to me, it's just like all I needed was the evil, and yeah.
That's actually really insane to me that you didn't think.
I wasn't trying to place every aspect from Cinderella.
Well, I was.
Okay, great.
I even said Carter was
the frog,
Goose Goose or Guck Guck, whatever. The little rat, Gus Gus or whatever he is. I didn't actually. I never actually figured out who he was. But yeah, I can't believe you didn't know that she was the fairy godmother. That's weird to me. Yeah.
But they wrote it for her. That's lovely.
The romantic kissing scene where the characters make out in the rain at the football game was filmed on the third day of shooting. Okay. The third day. I'd have been like, absolutely not.
We don't even have like a physical bond.
I was like, I need 2 weeks minimum. I was like, no. The third day. I just met this guy.
They did great.
They did. I'm sure the scene had to be reshot many times because the rain had to hit a certain spot on Chad Michael Murray's face. Mm-hmm. That first drop had to be perfect. But yeah, I was like,
ooh, that scene gave me chill.
Was so good. I was like, oh my god,
they ended the freaking drought.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Their kids, I mean,
I guess their kids did it in the drought.
The first,
like, oh, it's raining.
The first rain from the drought hit them.
It was so cute.
I was like, oh, this is why they keep talking about the drought. The rain means something. It's got significance.
Well, yeah, and she was like, waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought.
Oh my god, and
useless and disappointing.
But when she kissed him, the drought ended. Ooh,
yeah, and he said, "I'm sorry, I waited until the rain." Ah. It's like, stop it.
Okay, gone. Save it for later.
Yeah. The director, Mark Rosman, made the two actors make out in front of him in his trailer so they could practice kissing before filming the scene.
Eesh. Sure he did. That's
something about that sounds really illegal to me.
Come in my trailer.
She wasn't. She was only 16 when this movie was being...
Everyone leave.
Yeah.
Take your tops off.
Everybody get out.
Take your tops off.
Except for Chad and Hilary.
Yeah. Take your tops off. Create intimacy.
Alright, are you guys ready? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's see this kiss.
Hopefully the intimacy coordinator was there. I don't know if they do that for just sex scenes, but hopefully kisses too. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yuck.
For 16-year-old, I mean, something. I'm in the
right, and then he was like 20-something, and she was only 16. It was like, and then now she's making it out in front of this adult man. I was like, I'd
rather make out in front of 20 people than one. Yes, one man.
That was my thought exactly. I'd rather do this in front of the entire set than to make out in front of just you
in your trailer.
That doesn't seem appropriate.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
All right. Budget.
10 mil. 15.
Not bad. Pretty close.
20.
$19 million.
Ooh. Box office?
Box office. That's my job.
It was a long pause. Hold on. 30.
No.
Higher?
Yes.
They do like this movie. Let's go 50. Let's just kick it into overgear here.
Higher.
80?
No, not quite.
70.
$70.1 million.
Okay, not bad. Let's see what the Rotten Tomatoes says of this freaking movie. Stupid Rotten Tomatoes. They can be trusted.
The film was panned by critics.
Well, hold on. Cinderella Story. Rotten Tomato gives this girl
a 12%.
11%.
What?
Google users give it 84%.
Yeah, that's
why I don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes anymore. Y'all don't be knowing.
This movie is great.
It's really good.
That ending scene is ridiculous. There's literally nothing wrong with this movie.
There's nothing wrong. It's
like this movie is so good
and it's fucking funny.
Jennifer Coolidge is fantastic in this film. Carter is fantastic in this film. Everybody did a great job. The worst is Hilary. And even she did all right.
Right. She did enough.
She did all
she needed to do.
The film was panned by critics, but was a box office success and inspired multiple straight-to-video films, and over the years has developed into a cult classic.
Hell yeah.
Cassette Rotten Tomatoes. Cast: Hilary Duff as Samantha Sam Montgomery. Chad Michael Murray as Austin Ames. Jennifer Coolidge as Fionna, the evil stepmother. Regina King as Rhonda, the fairy godmother. Yep. Dan Bird as Carter Farrell, Sam's best friend. Madeline Zima as Brianna, one of the evil stepsisters. La, 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 la. Andrea Avery as Gabriella, one of the evil stepsisters. Julie Gonzalo as Shelby Cummings, the evil popular chick. Let's see.
You want to talk about the nerd that's on Big Bang Theory?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I think his name is Terry or something.
Yes.
In the movie. That is. Terry, no. Simon Hilberg.
That's his name?
Simon Hilberg, yeah.
On the show? Oh, in real life. Yes. Simon Hilberg as Terry. Simon Hilberg is one of the main characters from Big Bang Theory, and this was his first ever role.
It's funny that he looks the exact same.
He looks the exact
I'm like, when did the Big Bang Theory start? The next day? I was like, this man looks the exact same.
No, literally. Literally? Okay. Yeah, well, that's all I got.
Tweet. Anything else?
I said that's all I got.
All right, babes, let's dive in.
Ooh, I'm about to dive in. Whoa.
The movie begins with a young Samantha, who goes by Sam, telling us about the bond that she has with her father. In the background, they're doing many activities. One of the main activities they do is play baseball together. She also mentions that her father owns a diner. The staff is like a family, but not in like the toxic corporate way. Mm-hmm. Like a real family. And it's like her, I don't know, 11th or 12th birthday. They're all like celebrating with her. And then we see at the diner, her dad meets his soon-to-be wife, Fionna, played by Jennifer Coolidge. So then we see soon after they meet that Fionna and Sam's dad, they get married. Along with Fionna comes her Fiona's twin daughters, Brianna and Gabrielle. And despite her new mom being vain and greedy, Sam seems to be happy for her father that he found someone to love. Is hopeful about this new marriage.
I don't want to say all that now.
She was like, at least my dad's happy. I don't think she sees the evilness yet.
I guess. But it's coming, sweetheart.
Yes.
Oh, but it's coming.
So, a little later on in their story, it is in the 1994 Northridge earthquake, which I'm assuming is a real earthquake.
It is a real earthquake.
Yes, okay.
It's a real earthquake.
People dying.
But that night, she's in her room with her dad. He's reading her a fairy tale. I don't know which one of them. And she asks him, Daddy, your fairy tale's real? And he said no, but, dreams are real.
Okay.
And he goes on to tell her that it's important to follow her dreams.
That's right.
And don't give up on them. All that fluffy stuff. And then she asks him, I guess this is where she got this from. She asks him, well, what about princes? Where do princes go to? Oh, no. And he's like, my dream is for you to one day, grow up, go to college, and have your own dreams come true. Yeah. And then she says, well, where do the princes go to college? And he says, they go to Princeton. And then she's like, oh, okay. And I guess that's where she got the Princeton thing from.
Not a bad idea, I guess.
No, she asked him, where do the princesses go for college? And he says they go where the princes go, to Princeton. So I guess that's where she got the whole Princeton idea from. But the whole point of this, he's telling her, live her dreams,
do what you want to do, boo-boo. Be happy.
The world is your oyster. And then as he's saying this, she has this little snow globe that has a castle on it. And she sees it rattle on the table. She sees it and she's like, oh, what could that be? And then the whole room starts to rattle. Shake, 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 shake. It's an earthquake. And she's like, oh my goodness, Daddy, I'm scared. Of course, because it's an earthquake. And then from downstairs, you hear the shrill of Fionna. And she's like, help. And so he is about to leave and go check on Fionna. And she grabs him. And she's like, no, don't go. And he tells her, I'll be right back.
Liar.
And he doesn't. Because he died.
Dies.
My question is...
Did she throw a knife at him? Did she push something? Did she throw a
she
bowl
kill
of bowling at him, at his face? I think that's up for interpretation. And I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Even as a child, I was like, oh, she murdered him.
I think if this wasn't such like a Disney movie,
yeah,
it would be like she murdered him. But I feel like as a child...
And you know what also is crazy? This isn't a Disney movie.
It's cute. Right, it isn't. But I don't know. It's like, it's adorable. What is it, PG-13? Can you kill people?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to say she killed him. I'm gonna say she knocked over a bookshelf with a knife on it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was
like, if she didn't kill him, like something must have fallen on him.
Oh yeah. So there's a nice way, like on his way there, he died. But I think on his way there, she was like, "And I'm just gonna throw this bowling ball at your head, blame it on the earthquake."
Yeah, something. There was definitely murder.
Yeah, I think she murdered him.
So that night, during the San Fernando earthquake.
Northridge earthquake.
Of 1994.
You're going to give it back. You said San Fernando.
What?
Did it happen in San...
Yeah, it's the...
Oh, okay. Northridge.
The earthquake struck. I haven't pulled up. The earthquake struck in San Fernando Valley.
Do you know how...
It does say Northridge, though, but...
Do you know what the level was? What do you call it?
It was...
Magnitude? 8 point.
It was a moment magnitude of 6.7.
What's up there?
That is. It was the highest ever instrumentally recorded in an urban area in North America.
Oh.
So yeah.
Affected a lot of real people.
It was a big one for him. So I guess that's why he died.
I said real people.
Anywho,
right.
I mean, like, was she plotting this whole time? One day an earthquake's gonna happen and I'm gonna kill him in the middle of the earthquake. Like, how does she think quick enough to kill him? We don't even know if she killed him. But
sometimes when
it's safe to assume.
Yeah, when luck
opportunity,
strikes, when
opportunity strikes,
you take
just
it.
Go for it. Well, Sam is narrating the beginning of this, and she says her life changed after that. It was never the same.
Yes.
Her father supposedly didn't leave behind a will. So everything went to Fionna, the diner, the cars,
the house, the love.
And to her dismay, even Sam.
Right.
So Sam, of course, being outskirts, is now forced to move up to the attic and is forced to live a life of torment, brought upon by her evil stepmother and her sisters.
In servitude, honey. Literally. So 8 years later, Sam, I wrote down she's 17. I don't know if I made that up or not.
Sounds about right.
And we see her, she's fast asleep at her desk because we're assuming that she just finished studying, or she spent the night studying, fell asleep at her desk. She's a very dedicated student. But she's awoken by the call of her stepmother over this intercom system. And her stepmother, Fionna, is demanding Sam to bring her breakfast at the poolside. And we go to the poolside, we see that Sam's stepsisters are practicing their synchronized swimming lessons. They're very goofy.
I love how they're
not classy at all.
I love how they're completely opposite. Like Gabriella, I think it's Gabriella, I don't know, is like the short, thick one, and then what's the other one's name?
Brianna.
Brianna's like the tall, skinny one.
Brianna's
but they're
stupid.
Twins.
Yeah. Oh yes, they look nothing alike. Oh yeah, nothing alike. I love that.
I just love how their bodies are complete opposites.
Yes, and they're both kind of ditzy, but Brianna is definitely stupid. Oh, yeah, the tall one is definitely stupid.
Yeah, the tall one is definitely the dumb one, and the other one's definitely the leader.
Yeah.
So they're practicing their synchronized swimming. They look awful. Fiona's sitting by the pool, and Sam is running to bring her breakfast. And then Fionna tells Sam that she needs to go to the diner and, like, I don't know, do a shift, morning shift. Mind you, it's like a school day. And Sam's like, yeah, Fionna, I can't go to the diner and work today. I actually have to study.
I was hoping I get off to study.
Yeah, I have like a test, a big AP test coming up. And then she's like, Sam, sweetheart, people graduate high school and go to college so they can get a job. You already have a job. So it's like skipping a step. You're not staying home to study. You're going to the diner to go work.
Yeah.
Chop, chop. So this is, the life she
lives. Yeah. So she's off to work and she listens to whatever Fionna says. We'll reveal this later.
And then so while she's on the way to work, she gets caught up by the sprinklers. She tries to turn the sprinkler system off. And Fionna tells her, don't touch it. The grass is looking a little brown. Sam is like, Fionna, we're in the middle of a drought. We're supposed to be conserving water. Fiona's like, brown grass is for poor people. Do you think J-Lo has a brown grass lawn? So...
And then, we pan out and we see, Fiona's grass is the only green one, and everyone in the whole block has
the entire San Fernando Valley
dried up.
Their grass is brown.
Because we're in a drought.
Lush and green. So it is revealed that the town is in a drought.
Which is it's a very important little piece, a little nugget. So Sam goes to work at the diner. She's not even a server. She is a bus girl, so she cleans up the trash after each table. Not even a server.
Oh, is it? She's not a server?
She's the bus girl.
Oh, dang.
The bus girl. I think she helps out as a server, but she's the bus girl. So a fellow coworker, Rhonda, which is like Sam's mother or her godmother, if you will.
Yeah, like her mother figure.
Yes. But she tells Sam, girl, you need to go to school. Sam's like, oh, I need to finish my work, or Fiona's going to be mad, and Fiona's going to be this. Rihanna, how you say, am I saying it right? Rhonda. I'm saying Rihanna or something. Rhonda doesn't care about Fionna and her.
She's not intimidated by Fionna or her antics.
You get the idea that Rhonda is there for Sam. I'm not here for Fionna. I don't care about this job either. I'm just here to support you because I was here when your father was still working here or still owned this place and was alive and well. And I love you since, and I love you now, girl.
And I like to point out when her father was still living and he owned the diner, it definitely had a different look.
Oh, yes.
Since Fionna has taken it on, it's very I think it's cute.
Elvis.
That's just me. It's like a pink diner. They wear poodle skirts. They're on rollerblades delivering the food. It's it's giving that 1950s, but we're in modern day, so it's a little gaudy.
I think before it was just a diner. Now it's like a themed diner.
Yeah, it's like a themed diner.
Yeah, which is 50s. I'm not mad at it, right?
I like it. But also, so when the dad owned the diner, it was also kind of like a sports feel to it, I guess. But on the wall of the diner, there was a sign that said...
A quote that said... I know. I have it written down later on.
I was like, it's somewhere. I don't know what it said.
And go now. Let me see. I've written it down somewhere. Bear with me. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Is some signage that used to be on the wall when her dad owned it. But now it's been covered up by pink wallpaper.
And an Elvis guitar.
An Elvis guitar and a picture of Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
It's all been covered up. But hold on to that.
Yes. So
it surfaces back.
Yes. Here. So Sam leaves her first shift at her job. I'm sure his shift to come back after school. She leaves her first shift to go pick up her best friend, Carter, who's an aspiring actor. And also a method actress. And today he has an audition as a rapper. Jay, does he make your list?
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. I forgot about my list.
His character personally is not a wankster, but he's a method actor, and I guess some part that he's trying out for later on is a rapper. So he's doing the yo thing. He's literally
dressed up as Puff Daddy.
So my question was, I was like, does this make the cut?
It does actually.
What's the thing called?
Okay, movies with wannabe gangsta white boys troupe. We have Big Fat Liar, Jamie's, the sister, her boyfriend Jason. Kevin and his friends and Can't Hardly Wait. Keisha's mom and the hot chick. And now we have Carter and a Cinderella.
But he needs an asterisk. Not his full character. Just a snippet.
It's in there. So, yeah, he's dressed up as a gangster. And he tells his dad, who's washing his Mercedes, his very nice Mercedes, outside of the house. He's like, yeah, Dad, I got an audition. It's at 5:00. See you later. And Sam's like, why are you dressed like this?
Sam was like, come on, dude.
She's like, be for real.
We get enough shit.
And he's like, Sam, I am a method actor. And she's like, yeah, but like you're taking it a little bit too far. And I guess inevitably she changes.
Makes him change.
Yeah, she makes him change.
She's like, I know we are who we are, but let's try to limit the amount people can bully us for. So calm it down.
Yeah. Calm it down.
So at school, Sam drives into, she's got like a really cool Mustang, maybe, I don't know. It's like a top down. It's really cute. It's like, but it's like old and it's not new, so people think it's shitty. But anyway, she pulls into the school parking lot and she's looking for somewhere to park. She seems an awesome parking spot when one of the popular girls, Shelby, and her crew take the parking spot. And then they basically bully Sam and her friend. Then we also meet another gang of popular groups. So Shelby dates this guy named Austin. Austin is the head quarterback, super popular guy. Shelby is the head cheerleader or whatever. So, of course, Shelby and Carter date. Sam looks at these two. She's like, ugh. Austin. What I said?
Carter.
Shelby. Oh, it's Carter. Yes. Whatever. And so Sam looks at these two and she's like, ugh, gross. I'm sick of these popular kids. And, of course, the popular kids always bully Sam and Carter because they're, I don't know, they're not even poor. I don't know why they bully them. They're like, I don't know why they just bully just to bully.
Well, yeah. Well, Sam works at a diner. Yeah. So they call her Diner Girl.
But she's also rich. I mean, she technically speaking, she's not poor. Yeah. She's treated like she is poor, but
I wouldn't say she's rich though. Her mom blows money.
Yeah, I mean, they have money.
She's well off.
She's well off.
She's not poor.
She's not poor. I think she lives in the same neighborhood as Carter, and Carter's got. He's on his. Yeah. His dad was like, "I have to stop buying
Carter
cars."
Looked like he got some money.
Yeah. So we just enter school. So Sam goes into school. She's talking with Carter. She says, "Hey, I'm gonna go take a little me time to text my pen pal, whose name is Nomad."
And he's like, "Yeah, go talk to your little friend. I guess I'll talk to you later."
So Sam has his pen pal, whose identity is a mystery to both of them, but they do know that they go to the same school.
Yes.
That's about all they know.
And they met in this Princeton chat room.
Yes.
Because they both want to go to Princeton. And, they're talking. They spend their days, hours talking to each other. He's saying things like, everywhere I wake up and people are completely different or pretending to be something they're not. But then I think of you and you're just so genuine and real. And he's confiding in her that his dad wants him to be one thing, but he wants to be a writer. Things like that.
Yeah, so they both share the same dream of going to Princeton and becoming a writer. So she's sitting at a bench. She finished texting him. She goes about her day. And she doesn't know, but we know that her pen pal is Austin. Popular boy Austin. The guy who's dating the girl that bullies him. Austin's friends also bully her. So it's not the best match. They talk all day, even into the night. It's like 2-3 in the morning. But before they log off, Nomad asks Sam, which is Austin, to please meet him at the homecoming dance at 11 p.m. in the center of the dance floor, so they can reveal to each other who they are and meet for the first time. And Sam agrees.
She will do it.
She will do it.
She will meet him at the Halloween homecoming. Sure.
So the next day, Sam is practicing hitting baseballs, an activity she used to do with her father, who she loved. And she's practicing with Carter. And she's telling Carter that that Nomad wants to meet him. And yeah. And that's when we learned that they met in the chat room. They met in the chat room like a month ago. So this is fresh, but they're very much in love. And Carter and
only a month ago?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean,
not even 6 months ago?
Oh, damn, that would be a long time to go without going to school with someone is we haven't met.
Okay, that is true.
I've been a really long time. Obviously we're both, someone's a guy.
6 weeks. Because they're he's in love with her to say they've only been talking for a month.
I guess he finally found someone he can be himself with. He's lying about everything.
So she's telling Carter that he wants to meet her. And he's like, obviously you should do it. You've been talking to him for a month. What's the issue? And then she's like, I don't know. What if we meet and he's something different or it's just not what I expected? Right. And then he's like, look, you've got to do you, live your life, be who you are. And she's like, I don't even know if I can go to the dance. And then he's like, why? And she's like, Fionna is a crazy woman. She'll probably have me do something at the last hour, preventing me from going. And then he's like, well, why do you act like her slave? And she's like, simple. No Fionna. No money for college.
No Princeton, honey.
And then he convinces her after, I don't know, some conversation. He's like, no, I think you should go. She's like, you're right. I'll do it. And I'll go.
He offers to be her escort. If that makes you feel more comfortable. So, I'll be your date.
Yeah.
Until.
So they'll go together.
Let you out.
Meanwhile, Sam gets a call from Fionna telling her that she needs to pick up her dry cleaning, buy more salmon for her salmon diet, and then bring the Jaguar to the car.
Who ate her salmon?
She ate it.
Did she?
Yes.
She ate it?
She ate it.
Okay. I was like, well, who ate it?
She ate it.
Because I was like, why is she... Because, okay, so Sam bought her salmon earlier. I think she cooked it. And then she called Sam later in the day. She's like, some rat ate my salmon. It
was her.
And I was watching, I was like, well, who ate the salmon? I was like, was it her daughter's? Why is she not accusing Sam?
She didn't want to admit to eating an entire thing of salmon.
She said, some rat. Just so you want some more. Anyway. So in another scene, after school, Sam's off to do her errands. Austin is off to his dad owns a car wash. And he works at his dad's car wash. So we meet Andy for the first time. He goes up to Austin and he questions him about all the college brochures that he found in Austin's room. He's like, what are those about? Austin's like, I want to keep my options open. I have my own dreams. I have my own aspirations. And his dad reminds him that his only option, you're going to go to Southern California. You're going to play college football. This is what I've prepared for.
And then once you graduate, you're going to come and run the family business, which is a car wash service.
Right. And his dad lets him know, like, this has been your dream. This has been your goal in life since you were 6 years old.
And this has been lined up for you since you were 6. Your life has already been predetermined. You're golden. What are you looking at other colleges for? Why do I see brochures from colleges in your room? I've been telling you this since you were 6. You're going to USC, you're going to play football, and then you're coming back home to run this car wash.
Why would he think that would work out? Just like, obviously, I want to do the exact opposite thing you're telling me.
Right.
I don't care if you were like, I'm just going to give you $2 million and live, like, now I want to work for a nonprofit.
Yeah, now I don't want to do that. Yeah. You're making me not want to do this.
Yes. That's a crazy thing. Where's the mom?
Where is the mother?
Like, calm down. Like, dude, calm down.
She's in the kitchen taking Xanax.
You're going to run this car wash.
You're going to run this place. So, obviously, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be a writer. He wants to go to Princeton.
Very much like, not Cynthia, about you.
She's All That.
She's All That.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's funny? When they get to the dance and then she's like, when she realizes it's him and she's like, you're president of the school and football captain. You can't be a writer too. And I was like, first of all, he can't be the president and the football captain. I was like, that doesn't work. I was like, you're either one or the other. Right. You can't be the quarterback and be the president of the school. And then I was like, that only works if you're Zach Weiler from She's All That. And I was like, he's the only one who could work for. I was like, it only worked for him. But it made sense when he did.
Well, because he was smart. I don't trust that this guy's smart.
But I guess he is smart. That's what I thought too. And I was like, that only works because he was smart. But I was like, oh, he's smart too because he's going to Princeton.
Oh, true.
So.
True.
Anywho, his dad sucks.
Yes, his dad sucks. His dad really sucks. And it's like, there's so many signs that your son doesn't want to do this. And he's like, no, you can't have options, though.
You have to have my life.
Yes. So Sam arrives home after doing all her errands. And she is told that she has to work at the diner that night, which is one of the few off days Sam has. And she's like, I have plans. I want to go to the dance. This is my off day. I don't want to work.
I work every day. I take AP classes. I work 7 days out of the week.
I'm smart. And then Fionna tells her, not only is she self-centered, but she also reminds Sam that you have to work up for college. And she also tells Sam that she's not very pretty and she's not very bright.
Glad we had this talk.
Glad we had this talk. I'll see you at work later on.
See you. Now get your ass to work.
Ouch.
What?
She was hilarious.
She's like, I've been meaning to tell you this for a very long time. You're not very pretty. You're not very bright. I go, what? But it's just so funny because she's literally both of those things.
Yes. And
beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is subjective. Or objective?
Subjective, I think.
Subjective. Beauty is subjective. But you can't deny that she's not smart because she's just told you she's taking AP classes and she's going to Princeton. So it's just...
Right. And Jennifer Coolidge, Jennifer Coolidge. Fiona is not bright.
Yeah, she probably can't even read. So, of course, now Sam can no longer go to the dance. She is stuck having to work. Fast forward, now she arrives to work at the diner. She's there. And some patrons walk in, which so happen to be the cool kids at the school. So Austin and his 2 popular best friends, and then Shelby and her 2 popular best friends.
I'm surprised you didn't say flunkies.
I should have. Her flunkies. So they're all sitting at a booth together at a table. And one of the waitresses asks Sam, hey, I'm kind of stumped. Do you mind taking this table? Yeah. And Sam annoyingly agrees.
She should have said no. I'll take another table.
Yeah, she was just like...
I'm not serving them. There's all these tables.
I really would have been like, no.
No, I'm not serving my peers.
All right. Yes. So she gets up. She goes to them. She's like, hi, welcome. What can I get you?
Rude. They're rude off the bat.
They're vicious off the bat. They're like, what can I get that has like no calories, no sugar, and no fat? Sam's like, a water. And then they're like, diner girl, can I get a breakfast burrito? They're just being very mean.
I think it's also so rude that Austin doesn't say anything. And he also has a job too. He also works for his family's business.
That's literally what I was about to say. I was like, you also do something that isn't very normal for popular people.
Right. Car wash guy.
Work at a car wash.
So, you also work for your family's business.
Yeah. So it's just like, why are you letting these people give her shit?
I don't like how complacent he was in the bullying.
Yeah.
Because he's at least the leader of the guys.
He sure is.
And he could be like, calm down, bro.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
And he doesn't do any of that.
Just like, I'm texting my pen pal.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're bullying her. He doesn't really, you can tell he's not agreeing with it, but he's also not saying anything.
Yeah.
So then Sam walks off. Shelby makes a comment that she will not be receiving a tip. And Austin turns to her and he's like, look, Shelby, we need to talk privately. And she says, anything you can say to me, you can say in front of my peeps.
I mean, I'm gonna tell him anyways, but yeah, that's not how.
And that's what her stupid ass.
That's what she gets.
Because then what does he do? He says, "Okay, fine. I think we should break up."
He not bad for that.
Anything you can say in front of her, he can say in front of her peeps.
Yeah, I'm just mad she said the word peeps.
Oh my god! I was like, who wrote this?
Who wrote that?
It made me so uncomfortable. So he breaks up with her, and she not accepting no for an answer. She's like, first of all, this isn't happening. We're going to leave. We're going to get ready for the dance. You need to cool off. Think about what you just said. And I'll see you at the dance tonight.
Work.
So
she's like,
she won't take no.
What is it? Perhaps not.
Perhaps a salad?
Perhaps not.
Perhaps not.
She's
like, I'm going to go get ready and I'll see you at the dance tonight. So yeah. And she also asks him, are you in love? Before she says,
you love with somebody else. Yeah, she's like, are you in love with someone?
Are you in love with somebody else? And he says, I think so. And she still said, well, we're still together.
Yeah.
So.
She's like, who was it? She's like, oh, no one? Okay, fine.
So, meanwhile, Sam, they all leave. Sam
after ordering Sprites and Cokes, they leave. Yeah.
They didn't even order.
Why'd they even show up?
Yeah, they didn't even order anything.
Also, why are you like, this diner? Like, you don't know this diner in town? Stop lying.
Exactly.
You know what they sell. So they leave. Ooh. They all walk out. I think Austin leaves a tip, maybe, which is he's always like, "Oh, sorry for them, but not enough for me." So they leave. Sam is still there. She's like, "Okay, bye, y'all." And then Carter walks in, and he's dressed up as Zorro, very nice costume, because it's the homecoming game. It's the homecoming dance.
It's homecoming
Halloween dance. So
I think that's cute. I like that.
I want that so bad. That is like the best idea ever. Yeah. It gives them something to do for Halloween, and you're also celebrating homecoming. And homecoming is always around October, so more people should do that. But anyway, he's dressed as Zorro. He walks in. He's like, Sam, I hope you're not going to the dance as a bus girl or like.
Right. He's like, I hope this isn't what you're wearing.
A server. And she's like, no, I'm not going to the dance. Fiona told me I can't go. And she told me that, also she's going to be there. She's going to be back at 12 a.m. 12 a.m.?
Yeah, 12 a.m. sharp.
To check up on her. I don't even think it was to pick her up. I think it was just to make sure she was still there.
I guess so.
Which is messed up. At first I thought she was like, I'm going to come pick you up at 12 a.m. I don't even think she picks her up.
No, it definitely wasn't to pick her up. So she said, I'll be picking the girls up, Gabriella and the other one, from the dance, and then I'll be back here at 12 a.m. So she tells Carter that she's no longer going. Rhonda's like, why aren't you going? She's like, I just told you.
Don't you know me?
And then Rhonda's like, forget Fiona, stop being scared of her. You need to go to the dance. And everybody in the diner is encouraging her. Yeah. The waitresses, the cooking staff, they're like, yeah, go out there and bust a move. Whatever you kids do, have a night to yourself. And then after some convincing, she's like, you know what? You're right. I will go to that dance.
Thank you.
And then instantly she takes it back and she's like, I can't go. I don't have anything to wear.
I don't have a costume. Not only do I not have anything to wear, I don't have a costume. That's hard. Like, I can't even pull something out of my closet.
That is really hard. And then Rhonda, of course, being the fairy godmother
she is,
she's like, you don't have one, but I can get you one. So they arrive at this costume store. I guess Rhonda knows the owner. He's about to close, but he lets them go in so that Sam can find a costume. And we have an excellent movie montage take place. Sam, Rhonda, and Carter are all in the store looking for different costumes. She's trying on different things. She's trying on a hula girl costume. She tries on a Miss Piggy outfit. She's trying on everything, but nothing seems to stick. Nothing is working. So, after many failed attempts of trying to find a costume, Rhonda and Sam and Carter are really starting to look reluctant and beginning to give up. But then Rhonda sees in the glass casing at the register this mask, this white mask, and she asks the store owner, let me see the mask. And he's like, well, I don't have anything that goes with this mask. And then Rhonda says, no, but I do.
Before we get there, I would pay $1 million. I don't know where these stores are, these costume stores.
I know.
I would pay $1 million to go into one. I really want to find a Victorian style dress and one day go as a Victorian era person.
No, literally. I don't know about the costume place that didn't have anything like that to begin with. But
no, I feel like a legit one will. The one she was at is not like a party someone.
But that wasn't like a party city. That was like a legit costume store.
No, yes, what I'm saying. I feel like a party store wouldn't have that. You would have to go, I would rent the costume.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They would have that.
Yeah.
And I would love that. When I can't even own it because, no, bring this back.
You can't buy this.
Yeah, you can't buy this. That's the kind of Halloween store I want to go to.
Yeah.
I would love it. Oh, eat that shit up.
So, Rhonda's like, okay, I do have something that fits this mask. Now they go to Rhonda's house. So all of this was for nothing. Going to the costume store.
I know that guy we could have so mad.
This. I know.
Not only you wasted my time, I ain't got no money for this.
Well, that's not Rhonda's fault. He didn't have the inventory.
There you go.
That's his own fault.
It's not my fault.
And he's getting free breakfast for a month. She offered him that in exchange.
That's right. Okay, so I don't feel bad anymore.
So they make it to Rhonda's house. Rhonda pulls out this dress that she says she's been saving for her next attempt to walk down the aisle.
Oh.
So it's a wedding dress.
That she was going to rewear? I don't think so, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know. She was saving it. So she pulls out this wedding dress, and it's stunning. It looks like something that you would wear at a quinceañera.
It's not something that I would ever see Rhonda. Maybe she was younger. Maybe she got married when she was young.
Yeah, maybe when she was 15.
I was you too old
it's a very young girl dress to wear for a wedding dress.
So maybe she got married young. I don't know.
But anywho, Sam looks at it. She's like, it's beautiful. Rhonda, I can't wear this. And she's like, yes, the hell you can. So of course she puts it on. She puts on the mask. She gets her hair done. And her and Carter head to the Halloween dance.
Yes. So at the dance, we see Austin and his friends. They were supposed to go as the Three Musketeers, but Austin's costume got lost or something, or didn't make it in. So his friends are the Two Musketeers, and Austin is Prince Charming.
thought he just chose not to wear it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say, but I feel like he chose not to wear it as well. Especially because he thought he was missing the love of his life. He's like, that's what his friends say. I'm like, I can't believe your costume got lost. He's like, yeah.
he's like, all everything's good though. And they're like, no, because our costume is ruined.
Yeah, we're the Two Musketeers. I actually would be really pissed if someone changed their, like if we had a group costume.
And no, that would be really annoying.
Grounds for friendship breakup.
I would like to say that I love that his two best friends are both Hispanic.
Do not love his friends.
I
like Ryan.
We like Ryan. We don't like the other guy.
I don't know how their friendship is going to go forth after he starts dating Sam. Because if you're friends with that one, we can't.
Oh yeah, we're not. There is no. We're not dating.
Because he's the main bully from the guys.
He gives her more shit than Shelby.
Yeah, exactly. He should honestly date Shelby.
Right.
But that Ryan maybe.
Yeah,
Ryan can make a comeback.
Once Ryan
comes out of his shell
and leaves high school and breaks away from like high school peer pressure and stuff, he'll be an excellent man. He'll be a great guy.
He's hot.
And he's hot. He's very good.
I think he's like the second string quarterback.
Yeah, he's like the second string quarterback. Once he gets his own identity, he'll be good. Yes. That other one though, he's going to prison for date rape.
Yeah.
He's going to be
seek therapy or die trying.
Yeah, he's going to be in the jail cell.
Yes, don't like
He's only going to do 6 months for the date rape, but he's going to be in there.
Yeah.
He's not a good member of society.
He's going to do great in college, and then won't do, and then he peak, and then that'd be the end of his life.
He's going to do great in college until he rapes a woman and then goes to jail.
And then he's going to try to date freshman students, and they don't know. They're like, oh my God, this is a cool guy. He buys his drinks. But no. Trouble.
Loser! Anywho.
Also attendance is Sam's stepsisters. They're as Siamese twin cats. They're like connected, but they're cats. The shorter one is not happy about that decision because she let the tall one pick it. If they weren't terrible, I love them. I would love them. Yeah. They're hilarious.
They're the best evil stepsisters.
They're hilarious. For the most part, we don't really see them bullying Sam.
I mean, they do though.
Yeah, but they're not. I feel like the main bully is Fionna.
Yeah.
And I feel like in most movies, the main bully is the sisters. Yeah. They're kind of just like, they use it when they need to. But Fionna is definitely the main. But they are hilarious.
They are
funny. They could if they weren't trying to be popular, I would like them a lot less if they weren't bullies to Sam.
So they're there. Carter's there. He's dressed up as Zorro. You have Austin and his friends, and then Shelby and her friends are also in attendance.
They're angels?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. They just looked slutty to me. I'm not sure what they were. Their hair was big and they were in white.
Yeah. I guess they're angels. I know I didn't like Shelby's hair. It's too big.
Yeah, it was really big. But I liked it. So Sam has arrived, and she makes it to the top of the staircase of the ballroom that they're in, I guess.
She has like a cloth on. Like I guess she's like shot. She doesn't have her mask on yet, and she's got like a cloth on over her dress. Because she has something draped over her. She's like, I'm scared.
No. Well,
before she makes her entrance, Carter's like, okay, I'm gonna put in your phone an alarm at 11:30 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Your phone. I put in your phone. The alarm's gonna go off. That means we need to head back to the diner so you don't get caught.
Right.
Enjoy your night.
So she makes it to the top of the staircase. Now she got her mask on and she got that cloak off her body. And everybody from the bottom of the ballroom, everybody's looking at her. Yes. Standing room only, everyone's staring at her.
Standing room only.
And everybody's like, who is that? Who's that girl? What girl? She didn't put on a wig and get aesthetic makeup put on her face. She literally just has on a mask.
It's the thinnest mask.
Right.
The brightest room. But like, it's not even one of those like those masks like they even cover your forehead.
It's literally just covering her eyes. It's just an eye mask.
And it's like perfectly on her face.
So everyone's like, who is that? Shelby's like, love her dress, hate her.
Period.
Everyone's like, who is she? So she makes her way to the bottom of the dance floor, and she's in the center, and she's waiting for her Nomad 816, her pen pal. So then she's standing there, and Terry, the guy, the little nerd who's from Big Bang Theory, he's there, and he introduces himself, and he's like, "My lady, I'm here for you tonight. Welcome." And then
he's like, "Isn't it amazing that we're both in the center of?" I think he says some nerd science stuff.
And then she's like, "Oh, no. Are you Nomad?" And he's like, "Me? Yes, I've traveled across the galaxy just to be here and to find you."
One can make that.
And then he's like, "I'll go get us some libations." And then so he walks away, and Sam is like, I knew it was too good to be true. Right. So while she's standing there in disbelief, the real Nomad, the Austin Ames, turns around, and he's like, "Princeton girl?" And she's like, "Holy cow, Austin Ames."
See, I didn't get holy cow. I got holy cow Austin Ames, and this is never going to work out. Not excited. Okay.
I mean, it was like, holy cow. Holy shit, this isn't going anywhere. And she's like, "Austin Ames, you're a nomad?" And he's like, "Yeah."
See?
"Hey, what's up?" I don't know.
And she's like, "This is a big mistake. Bye."
Oh, yeah.
Because in her head, he's part of the group that bullies me.
Yeah.
He is the popular guy. I am the...
We're from two different worlds.
And I'm not interested. She's not interested.
Yeah.
She's like, "This is not going to work. I'm not interested."
Yeah, I don't ever even think she really had like a crush on him.
Because like, why would you want to be friends with the guy? I mean, some girls do. Why? But like, why do you want to be part of the group that bullies you?
Right.
Why would you want that?
I like how she wasn't really like...
I love it.
She wasn't into him.
She wasn't into him at all. So she walks off. But he's like, wait. Please talk to me. He chases her, and she's like, "Don't you know who I am?"
And he's like, "Yeah, you're Princeton girl. You're the girl I've been waiting my entire life for. What's your name again?"
And then Terry comes back. He's like, "Ugh."
He's like, "Austin Ames, a gut wrench to the heart, but a fair adversary." And then I guess he excuses himself because he knows he doesn't have a chance against Austin Ames. So then they continue their conversation.
Sam was like, "What about your girlfriend?"
And then he's like, "It's over. We broke up." And they continue their conversation. Yeah. And I guess he says something to the effect of like, "What? Are you surprised that it's me? You expected it to be some like guy who works at a Starbucks."
A coffee shop, he says.
A coffee shop.
Yeah.
And like writes poetry. And then she was like, "I mean, yeah, honestly, I did."
She's like, "How can you be a popular jock and a poet?"
Yeah. She's like, "You're Austin Ames, quarterback, captain of the football team, student body president. You can't be this and be this distressed, hard-written writer. Like, it just doesn't work. You can't be both." And he's
Pick a lane.
"But I am."
You know what? I just want to point out here, I don't think he's as hot as in this movie as he is in Freaky Friday.
You know, I was gonna ask you that. I was like, which version do you think is hotter?
Duff, it's that haircut in this one is hideous.
I don't mind it.
Oh,
he's so stunning. He is so stunning.
I have to look past the haircut. No, right. But him and Freaky Friday, I'm like, yes.
It's so funny because I never even looked at it because he's so stunning.
I just love him and the long hair, the outfit, that grunge look. Here,
it does look good on him.
It looks so good. But here, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm just comparing it to Freaky Friday. It doesn't do it for me.
I don't know. I was trying to figure out. I was like, okay, which version do I like better? And the standard average, textbook romance girl likes this version better because it's like he's the popular guy.
Yeah,
he's the quarterback. Of course, I like him. I like this version better than the grungy motorcycle long hair one. I was like, I like this version better. But then I was like, well, actually,
I think it's too blonde. I think his hair in this movie is meshing with his skin too much.
Forget about the hair.
No, that's what I don't like about it.
Look at the hair.
I don't think he looks good in this movie.
Which character?
Oh, Freaky Friday.
Really?
Who? Because if Freaky Friday, he knew who he was. I'm still not sold that he's gonna figure out who he is, and like
that's what I was gonna say.
And not be a dick.
He doesn't know who he is.
But Freaky Friday, he knew who he was, and he didn't like. He knew who he was to the fact that he didn't like the apartment she was being mean. He didn't like that.
He didn't like that. Yeah.
But this version of him in this movie, she knows who she is. He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
And I'm not sold on the fact that he would figure that out.
I will say And I was like, oh, I think I like this one version better because we see him more. But in this one, I mean, like, of course we see him more because this is the storyline, like the love story.
Yeah.
And Freaky Friday, he's just like the side character. Their love story is like the side piece.
Right,
like,
right.
It's the movie is about the relationship between the mother and daughter.
Right.
So like they don't have the raindrop scene, the drought. You know, the drought ends because they kiss. They don't have that in Freaky Friday because they weren't the focal point.
Yeah.
So
I like the Freaky Friday version of him better.
I like the love story better, but
I love the love story in this one better. Yes. Yeah. But I just feel like they didn't have to I feel like in Freaky Friday they needed to date each other. They were perfect for each other. They just had to figure it out. This one they had to discover each other.
Yeah.
I feel like in Freaky Friday they just needed to meet and they would have been done. But this one they have to like overcome stuff.
They have hurdles.
They have hurdles.
They have hurdles.
Indeed.
So I guess while they're on the dance floor, they're talking. Austin is like, "Hey, can we get out of here?
Let's get out of
here.
Go
for a walk." And she's like, "Okay, fine."
You sure you don't want to miss the crowning of being the prom
she's
queen?
Like, yeah, if you want to stick around and be crowned homecoming king, you might want to stay here. And he's like, "I'm not worried about that. I've won it last year, the year before, and the year before that."
Did he really say that?
No.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, oh my God, Jesus.
But I'm sure he did. So they go off for a walk and a stroll, and he asks her if he can ask her like a few questions
to figure out who she is.
And she's like, okay. He's like, yeah, let's play 20 questions. And she's like, I'll give you 10. And he's like, okay, I'll take what I can get. So then he asks her, do you really go to our school? And she's like, of course. Why wouldn't I? And he's like, hey, you never know on the internet. Then he asks her, did you vote for me for homecoming queen? Or no, for student body president. How is that going to help you figure out who she is? But he asks that question.
Yeah.
Then he asks her, would you eat a Big Mac or a rice cake? And then she says a Big Mac. So he's just trying to gauge her personality. And then he asks her a couple of other things. So then as they're still walking, they stumble upon, I guess it was like a wedding.
Wedding, right.
That ended.
Yeah.
Because there's like chairs everywhere. There's this like gazebo covered in flowers.
Gazebo.
And he asks her to dance. And then she's like, there's no music. Then the band from the wedding is still there. And then they start playing music.
So sweet.
It was so freaking
and the
sweet.
song that, and I'll be
I didn't think it
fighting
went.
shoulder.
I don't think it
I'll
went with the
be your... I love that song.
It's a beautiful song, but I really didn't
I
think
loved
it
it.
went with the scene.
Oh, I loved it.
Or it should have just been music, like instrumental and no words.
Yeah, they got rid of the instrumental and they started playing that song. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
They could have just kept it instrumental, but I loved it.
So they share a dance. And as they...
I don't know why you said, sure dance. Bats. I just love bats.
Bats. Freaking bats.
That's what
I love Halloween. So they share a dance. And I really like how he's respecting her boundaries because when they first started walking, he tried to like hold her hand and she was like, no. And then he just like pivoted. And then again, after like they shared the dance, he tries to like, I don't know, take the mask off or kiss her. And she like pulls away and he like pivots again.
And he's like, can I take your hand?
He's like, okay.
Hands. Right.
He's being very respectful.
Yes. So while they're dancing, we cut back inside. So we see Shelby. She's by herself. Having, she was actually broken up with and she saw her boyfriend go off with another girl. She's chilling by herself when one of Austin's friends, the one we don't like, I don't know
the bad one, the rapey one,
goes up to Shelby and he's basically hitting on her. She's like, I'm good, no thank you. And he's like, he's pressing up on her.
He's like all on top of her. He's like, you want me. You know you want me. His name's David. She's like, David, stop it, David. And Carter is bearing witness to all of this. So he runs up.
Because Carter has a crush on Shelby. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh yeah, Carter is obsessed with Shelby. So he runs up and he's like, the lady said stop.
She said, back the fuck up.
So of course, David being, the rapist that he is, he doesn't like to hear no or stop. So he's like, and what are you going to do about it? So of course, this insinuates a fight between the two. And David begins to chase Carter, who's dressed up as Zorro, and what you would get from a fight scene in Zorro, you get.
Oh, that's very true.
These two.
It's very much like hiding behind things. Like I throw something at you, knock you out.
And then I'm ducking. You throw something, I duck.
I jump from the second floor.
I jump up here. I ricochet over there.
Yeah.
So they're doing that bit. And as David's like honing in on Carter, and he's like, this is the end of your road. Like, I'm about to beat the shit out of you. And Carter's like, no, you're not. And then I don't know what it does. He like kicks him, and then he falls down on some pumpkins.
Yes. And then Shelby had, witnessed all this. She's infatuated.
Yeah, and so she pulls Carter aside.
She's like, my man.
Yeah, she's
my
like,
new man.
And she whispers in his ear, and he's like, oh yeah, let's get out of here. And then they start making out later.
Yes. So
they hook up.
They hook up hard. So back outside, Austin and Sam, they finish their dance. At this point, I think Austin goes again to take off her mask, and she was going to let him, but the alarm on her phone goes off. It's 11:30. I have to go back to the diner so I don't get in trouble with Fionna. And I don't know, what is she going to do? Beat her? I don't know. Make her work more? Who knows?
Right. What really?
Yeah.
Make you work more shifts.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, so sorry, Carter. Not sorry. Sorry, Austin. I have to go.
She's like, what do you have, a curfew or something? And she's like, something like that.
I like how she's not like lingering. She's like, we'll meet it. She's not like, we'll meet it. She's like, I literally have to go.
Like,
bye.
I gotta go. He's like, okay, but where are you going? And she's like, back to reality.
Facts.
No, I don't back to reality.
She's like, I don't work for pleasure. I work because I have to, because I'm a servitude. I'm in servitude.
So she runs off, and he kind of lets her go. But then after a while, he's like, I should chase her. So she runs off. Meanwhile, she ends up back at the dance. They're about to crown prince and princess, or homecoming queen and king.
The best costume.
So
like the teacher, one of the principals was going around looking at costumes. She had saw their costume earlier, and she was like, mwah, exquisite.
And so as she's running back into the dance, meanwhile, they are currently being crowned. What is it? Homecoming king and queen?
But homecoming king and queen, but based off her costume, not a popularity contest.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah, I just want to say that because...
And what I would like to say is she doesn't even say their names. She just says Prince Charming and Cinderella.
Yeah.
Anybody could have been dressed up as a prince, and anybody could be like... I'd be like,
I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have brought my ass up there.
Right.
I'm like, I got a dress on. You can't tell me I'm not Cinderella.
It's like, you must have... I'm actually Princess Diana, but close enough.
Right. Like, you're not saying names. You just said Prince Charming.
She should have got their names.
That could have been anybody. So, they're being crowned. So, he gets distracted. Everyone's kind of, like, pushing him towards, like, the front. And then he runs into his friend, David. He was like, have you seen the girl I was with? And he was like, no. Meanwhile, Sam is looking for Carter, who's making out with Shelby. They're getting it on. And she's like, Carter, we need to go. And he's like, yeah, 1 second. And then she's like, no, we have to go. And then he's like, okay, my lady, I must bid you adieu. They leave. And Carter and Sam make a run for it. Meanwhile, what's his name? Austin sees her running off in the distance. And he goes after her to chase after her. She's running fiercely. She drops her cell phone.
Oh, no.
He picks it up.
Oh.
And he's like, this is where I'll start. I have her phone.
I have her property. So Sam and Carter make it to Carter's car. He's crashed his last two cars. Last three cars.
And he's in his dad's Mercedes.
He's in his dad's Mercedes that his dad lended him for the night. That'll become pivotal later, very soon. So they get into Carter's dad's car. They're ready to go. She tells Carter that she didn't tell Austin who she was. Because Carter saw them walk off and he was like, oh, Nomad is Austin. So Carter knows. Mm-hmm. But Sam says, I didn't tell him. And she mentions like, he's expecting Malibu Barbie. I am not Malibu Barbie. I am Sam. I am basically a slave for my stepmother. I'm not what he wants. He wants a girl like Shelby, which he has. So they're driving off in a rush. And also, who's driving off in a rush is Fionna. So the cars almost crash. Fionna has just picked up her daughters
from the dance. And she's like, where are your crowns? Where are your prizes? Winners have prizes and crowns. And they're like, we didn't win, Mom. Some girl stole it from us. Y'all weren't, even if Sam had
you weren't a mother. You're a non-motherfucking factor.
Even if Sam wasn't there, y'all weren't getting it.
Not even close.
They said it as if like, oh, if she hadn't been there, we would have won, Mom.
The lies
you're dressed up like freaking Siamese twins.
Right, delusional.
So they're like, someone stole it from us, Mom. And then she says, well, I am not very happy about this. And they're like, we can't tell you're not happy. It's the Botox. So she has Botox. She just got Botox. So as Fiona and her stepdaughters are pulling off, Carter and Sam are pulling off, they almost hit each other. Sam is seen by her stepsisters, but is not seen by Fiona. She ducks quickly, and her stepsisters try to get the attention of their mother, and they're like, look, it's Sam. She's right there in the car next to us. Look, look, look. She looks over. She doesn't see them. Fiona's like, she's not in the car. She's working at the diner. She would never disobey me.
Right.
And they're like, she was just right there. We have to get to the diner.
Hurry.
So the girls are so hard-pressed to prove that Sam is, in fact, not at the diner, but was at the dance. So they're like, step on it. And so they put their foot on the gas, forcing her mother to speed up, but then her foot gets stuck on the gas pedal. So now they're driving recklessly. Meanwhile, Sam and Carter is going 35 miles per hour because Carter is in his dad's Mercedes. And he's like, I can't wreck this.
I can't crash another car.
And he's like, I can't give you Fast and the Furious. I can only give you driving Miss Daisy. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is.
He said, that's why I gave us 30 minutes. Like, we live 10 minutes away from the...
That's why we left at 11:30.
Yeah, the diner's 10 minutes away from the school, but I cushioned for 30 minutes.
So, relax. So, they're driving really slow. Meanwhile, Fiona and them pass them up. It's like a driving war. Eventually, however, Sam and Carter make it there. But so does Fiona and the stepsisters.
Maybe like a couple seconds earlier before them. Maybe.
Who gets there first?
I think Fiona in this.
Okay, so they get there first. They get out the car. They walk into the diner. Instantly, they're like, where's Sam? Everyone's trying to distract Fiona. They're like, Fiona, where'd you get your boobs done? I'm trying to get mine, Rhonda says to her. The chef in the bag, he's like, look, I tried this new salmon recipe. You should try it out. The other waitress is like, I love your shoes. Where'd you get them? And then everyone's like, shut up. Fiona's like, shut up. Where's Sam?
Quiet down.
She better be here. I don't see her. She's got 2 seconds to come forward. And just in the nick of time, Sam pops up. And she's like, orders up. And Fiona's like, what are you doing back there? And she's like, oh, I'm just working on my cooking skills.
Right.
And Fiona questions it, but she takes it for what it is. And she's like, okay, fine. And she leaves.
See you back at home. Who's working on she has her own car, but like, that is so rude just to like, not even pick that girl up.
Right. She has her own car though.
But just to see that she was at work, she was like, I'm coming back at 12.
Well, she got some money out the register too.
She did. She's the worst.
She is. So
meanwhile, Carter is outside. Oh, he leaves. He's done his duty. He's dropped off Sam. He leaves, and he once again almost crashes into Fiona. But instead of crashing into her car, he crashes. He love taps the pole that holds the sign that says Fiona's
Diner.
And he's like, woo, close one.
Yeah, he gets out the car to see if there's like a scratch from him hitting the pole. There isn't one. And he's like, it must be my lucky night. But
you thought?
The force from his car tapping the pole forces the sign to ricochet and fall directly onto his father's vintage Mercedes-Benz. And that thing is totaled. He's done. It's done for.
I feel like we could sue the diner because
that's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like you should sue the diner.
Right. I mean, especially since Fiona owns it. Now, when Sam comes into the process of it, I probably wouldn't, but...
Right, but why would... Because let's say if it was a love tap. So let's say a person actually bumped into that thing.
Right.
Dead. And it fell on them. They would be dead. Dead. What if he was in the car? He would have died.
Different movie.
If he hadn't got out the car to check the scratch...
Oh, he'd have been dead.
He would have died.
Right. Hopefully
we would have had a different ending.
Hopefully his father thought of it that way. He's like, I almost lost my son. So the next day at school, Sam is convinced that Austin has forgotten about the whole dance thing. He's forgotten about her. But when she walks into the school, she's very shocked to see there are hundreds of posters that are trying to identify her image, her likeness.
Are you Cinderella?
Are you Cinderella?
Call 1-800-349-812. Yes. If you are. He's like putting like a billboard.
Yes. Austin has her cell phone, but he can't get in because it's locked, which I don't think was a thing back then. I don't remember cell phones being locked.
No, yeah,
because she's got like a flip phone.
Yeah, you don't lock cell phones in 2000.
Yeah, and I think it was a thing, but I was like, work, let's do it.
So, and then, he's putting up all these signs. He's telling his friends that he has her cell phone and he wants to find her. And she keeps on getting text messages from Fionna.
But he thinks it's a man at first.
He thinks it's another guy until one text message says, "Come fix Fryer." And then he's like, oh, maybe it's not another guy.
It's a job.
So he's, trying to figure out, okay, who is this girl? Who's this girl? Meanwhile, his friends do their own recon. And they ask just about every girl in school, were any of you with Austin last night at the dance? Of course, every girl in school comes forward because they want a chance at Austin Ames. So they have like 50 girls line up outside of the school and they try to have him interview each one by one.
Yes.
So after like the third girl, he's like, okay, stop it.
This is their version of trying on the shoe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that.
But not.
Yeah.
There's no true.
Yeah, they're doing like the try on the shoe thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, stop. This is enough.
He's like, this is humiliating for everyone, including me.
Yeah. So he gets to the third girl. He's like, look, you're beautiful. I'm sure your prince is coming. You'll find him one day, but I'm not it.
I kind of thought at first, because I hadn't seen this movie in a while, I thought he was going to be like, it's you. Because the girl kind of...
Oh, you thought that was going to happen?
It's been a while since I saw the movie. Yeah.
No.
I was like, is this going somewhere?
No.
Silly
Didn't
goose.
think that. Silly goose.
So he's like ending it. Also, the principal is just like, no, we're not doing this. I just want to point out the principal is like, talks.
I love
she's like, hey, Ryan.
And she's like, David, you've been a really bad boy, talking to like the rapey friend. And she's like, and that's an ugly shirt.
Period.
I was like, you're right. that shirt is hideous.
And she's like, hey, Ryan.
And then she's like, hey, Ryan, to the other friend. Ryan is hot.
Ryan is hot.
Ryan
He's uncomfortable
so
about this interaction, which I don't blame him, but I get it, principal.
Yeah.
Call me tits, but
he is hot.
You have a good eye because this other one, hideous, terrible personality, terrible shirt.
She said, you've been a, first of all, I was like, why a bad boy? That sounded really sexual.
I did not like
really
that.
Bad boy.
I didn't like those
that
words
shirt
either.
is hideous.
I did not like the wording either.
I did
gross.
not like that. Not a bad boy.
Yes.
Like, you're in big trouble, mister.
Yeah, I didn't like those wording.
You've been a bad boy.
So
hi, Ryan.
Yes. So earlier, Sam and Carter made a deal that once Carter told Shelby who he was, Sam was like, oh, then I'll tell Austin. So Carter's like, bet. So he finds Shelby outside by their like school pool. Shelby's just telling her friends how great this guy was that she made out with. He was so dangerous. He was so cool. He was a great kisser. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love him. Carter pulls up and he's like, hey girl, hey. And Shelby's like, why are you breathing the same air that I am breathing? And he was like, don't you remember who I am? He's like,
let me refresh your memory. He kisses her hand. He's like, I'm Zorro. And she turns to her friends and she's like, who is this? And one of her friends explains to her, she's like, this is Carter, whatever his last name is. You cheat off of him in Algebra 2. And then she was like, the freak who hums show tunes? And then so she pulls him to the side and she's like, look, last night I had a really bad cold. I drank like a whole bottle of NyQuil and I just wasn't feeling myself. That's why I made out with you. But let's just pretend like this never happened and let's keep our interactions to just when I cheat off of you in algebra. Ooh. And he's like, but I thought, yeah. And she's like, okay, it was nice talking to you, Jason. Bye.
I kind of thought that I didn't remember how their story ended. But they might have ended.
I don't know why I thought they were going to end up together.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were too.
I thought it was going to happen for him.
Yeah.
Later.
I'm glad it didn't, but I thought they were.
Yeah, it doesn't. So, he's embarrassed. And then also they're standing by the pool. There's a diver jumping off the diving board.
Not the diver. Is it? Oh, it was the diver. It wasn't the girls.
It might have been. It might have been the sisters.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the sisters are like on top of the diving board. I don't know. They're practicing their synchronized swimming, and they like fall, which causes a big splat of water to like get thrown onto him. So on top of him being embarrassed, he's now wet. So then he walks over to Sam and she asks him, are you okay? And he's like, if she still thinks she's cheating off of me in algebra, she's crazy.
Ruin her career.
So it didn't go well for Carter.
It didn't go well.
Poor thing. Poor guy.
So back at home, Fionna is...
Carter's gonna have he kind of does, but he's gonna have a William Lichter moment.
Yeah.
He's gonna become like famous. And
yeah, he's such a nice guy. I love him.
A really good friend.
And he doesn't seem like what I appreciate is neither of them are trying to be something that they're not. Yeah. They just don't want you, they like, don't bully me. Yeah. And he's not trying to like, I'm going to be part of the popular group. He's just like, I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
And I
do happen want to date the popular group.
Yeah, I do. She is hot. I am a man.
I am a man.
Yeah. And that's about it. So back at home, Fiona's going through the mail, and then she sees a letter from Princeton addressed to Sam.
It's a big package.
Big package.
It's the big envelope.
The big envelope. So she opens it up, and it says, "Congratulations, you've been accepted to Harvard." Princeton, excuse me. And she's like, this just won't do.
This just won't do.
So immediately after Sam arrives, she's like, oh, do I have anything in the mail? I think Fiona's like, yeah, you have.
She's like, yeah, this letter just came in from this McMahon, and you won $1 million. Don't spend it all in one place.
And Sam's like, bye.
Sam's like, okay, you fucking bitch.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Woo. So Sam goes upstairs, and she goes to message Austin. They still talk. And he asks her again who she is. Sam's about to tell him.
Yeah, he's been messaging her. He's like, please talk to me. I've been thinking about you all day. Where are you? I haven't heard from you. And he's like, who are you? Tell me your name. And so just as she's about to type, my name is la 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 la, enters one of her aggravating
the tall
stepsister, the tall one. And she's like, Sam, are you done with my book report? Meanwhile, Fionna calls her down. So she's trying to talk to Austin.
She's getting it for everybody.
Her sister's bothering her, and now Fiona's calling her. So she goes downstairs to answer whatever Fionna needs from her. She closes her email, but she leaves her sister in her room by herself. So she goes down, her sister being nosy, goes to her computer, opens up the emails, and reads them, and sees that she is, in fact, Cinderella, and that she is the one who was at the dance, and she has been messaging the one and only Austin Ames.
Tea, honey.
And while she's saying all this out loud, her other sister, the short one, Gabriella, I guess, I don't know, is standing by the door hearing all of this as well. So they both find out.
Dun, dun, dun. So yes, they have found out that Sam is the mystery homecoming princess. So Austin's back at work at the car wash, and he also just got his Princeton acceptance letter turned up. So
they're both
accepted.
They're both going to Princeton, or so they think.
So his dad walks in, and I forgot how they get in the conversation, but his dad basically reminds him that, you only have one option in life.
USC, football, car wash. The three trifectas here.
It's like the end doesn't sound sexy.
Yeah,
it just doesn't sound sexy.
Okay, yeah, like college football, that's not bad. Okay. USC, that's not bad. But when you're done, you coming back to run this car wash. I'm like, okay.
Just sell it, dude. Oh my God.
Or have another son.
Wait, what?
Or have another son.
Have another son. Right. Did you have another option? Another child? Adopt. So Brianna and Gabriella arrived to the car wash separately in their PT Cruisers. The Bugs? What kind of car do they have?
They're Beatles.
They're Beatles. And they're there to pretend to be Sam based on the messages they found. And they're going to pretend to be her.
Yeah, they're posing as Cinderella.
So they both see each other, and then they both know where they're up to. Sam is in the middle. He's like seeing them argue. And he's like, okay. Austin is seeing this argument. And he was like, okay, fine. If you're my Cinderella, what did you drop at the dance? And they both answer incorrectly. The answer is a phone. I think one of them
Gabriella says
keys?
Wallet.
A wallet.
And then she's like, well, a purse wallet. And then Brianna says a fish.
A fish?
She's so stupid. And then Gabriella's like, a fish.
A fish, really?
And
she's like, forget what we're doing here. Seriously, you're an idiot?
She was like, seriously, a fish? And then what's the other one? Brianna's like, well, you said a purse wallet. What even is that? So then these two start bickering like the sisters that they are. And then Austin just walks off.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They keep on fighting. Somehow,
The short one chases the tall one into the car wash.
Somehow they end up into the car wash where the cars go. They in there. And they fighting. Now they're going through the cycle of what a car would go through in the car wash. They're under there. They're getting soaps thrown on them. They're not really fazed by it at first. They're getting the soap put on them, water. They're on top of a car fighting each other. But then we get to the end of the car wash where the hot wax comes on.
Yeah, it's like
and now this is where they kind of rethink everything that they've done. But it's too late for them.
It's too late.
You're already in there. You're on top of the car. So now they're covered in soap, they're rinsed off, and now the hot wax is now been poured on.
I think this is a scene I was like, you know what? These two are funny. Because how y'all go in a car wash and just like...
And just tussle.
Just tussle.
And are so unbothered.
Unbothered.
So then they come out of the car wash and their hair is... They look like...
The Angelica doll.
Yes! That's what I was literally about to say. They look like the freaking Angelica doll. And their clothes are crisp and firm. Their hair is even crisper and firmer. And it's sticking up like the freaking Angelica doll.
Freaking bats. Not good. So later that day, Sam goes to the diner. Later that day, Sam is working at the diner. Austin comes in. I wonder if this is his second time ever there. I don't know why he likes this diner all of a sudden. He takes
the second time they go up there and don't order nothing.
Right. He takes a seat at the counter, and everyone in the diner is like, "Girl, you're gonna have to serve him because that's your man." So Sam goes to take his order, and he immediately is like, "You know what I hate?" And she's like, "What?" I forgot what he says. Maybe I inserted it, but he's like, "I hate being something that I'm not."
Like being told what to do.
Oh, being told what to do. Okay, yeah. And then Sam is like she responds, and she's trying to basically tell her identity of who she is. But she's interrupted by Fionna, who is like, "Sam, I need you now." And she's like, "Can you wait a second?" She's like, "No, come on." And then at this point, Sam is like, "Okay, I'm just going to head out anyways." And Austin, Jesus, why does her name have to be a boy name? Mm-hmm. And Austin's like, "Okay, I'll talk to you later."
And he's like, "Thanks, Sam."
Oh, he says her name.
Yeah, he says her name.
Good job.
Yeah, he's like, "I got to head out. Thanks, Sam."
Yes.
And so the next day, at school, she runs into Carter and she's like, "Carter, I talked to him. Mm-hmm. We talked." And he was like, "Oh, so did you tell him who you were?" And she's like, No. But I talked to him as me, not as like Cinderella. Like we had a whole conversation.
He doesn't hate me.
And he doesn't hate me.
We're vibing.
Right.
Vibes.
There was something, a little chemistry there, spark. You know? And he was like, "Oh, okay."
So that happens. And then also later that day, Brianna and Gabriella, who failed to convince Austin that they each were Cinderella, go to plan B. Which is to tell Shelby, they give her the emails, and they tell Shelby basically that Sam came up with this whole idea to steal Austin away from her.
Shelby, and that she's Cinderella, and that she is so jealous of you, Shelby, and we would have told you earlier, but she threatened to kill us.
Not threatened to kill y'all.
They even said that.
The words came out of their mouths.
They even said that Sam was going to kill them.
Yes.
Which none of it is true.
And then Shelby's disgusted. Ugh.
And so, being the mean girls that all of them are, they devise a plan.
An evil plan.
So, Brianna, the tall stepsister, she goes up to the girl at the intercom.
The campus DJ is what they call her. I love in every teen movie.
When they have like
I want that to be a requirement. I want a campus DJ because I really like the campus DJ
her.
Here.
Yeah, she's great. I love her thoughts and her opinions.
Love it.
She'll make a great podcaster one day.
One day. And she's so into just her look is awesome.
Yeah. So Brianna goes up to the campus DJ, who's always like on the intercom every morning, and she's like, "Hey, Austin was late this morning, but he wants you to read this message." So she reads the message. It says something about, "Hey, Cinderella, your Prince Charming Austin Ames wants to rendezvous with you later at the pep rally," which was a very weird message and a very weird message to put on the intercom, but whatever.
Right, because you could just message me.
So not Fiona. So Sam hears this message and she like smiles a little and
she's ready now.
Oh, like I think this is it. We can finally reveal to him who I am.
Yes.
So fast forward, we're at the pep rally. We have a big game coming up. Okay?
It's homecoming.
This homecoming. Oh, yeah,
homecoming because we had homecoming dance. Now it's homecoming.
Oh, right. The homecoming game.
Big pep rally.
Big pep rally. Even the dad's there. Austin's dad's at the pep rally.
Did we say that he was a quarterback? Yeah, Austin's a quarterback. Yeah. So it's really big.
I mean, that goes without saying. His dad even says, hey, like, if you do well at the game, like, your future at USC is set. There's going to be scouts there. Like, all you got to do is, like, kill it at this game.
You can just throw that ball.
Taken care of.
Throw that ball, make someone catch it.
Yeah,
football.
literally.
Football, go football.
Go football. So we're at the pep rally. And the cheerleaders there waving their pom-poms. Well, the principal comes on the intercom and is like, and the cheerleaders have put together a little skit for us to get us in the swing of things or in the pep or homecoming spirit. Who knows? So I don't know why nobody saw this skit before.
I said the same thing. I was
like
why pre-approved this?
Right. Who approved this skit? I don't know why nobody saw it beforehand.
Because it's suspended.
But
bullying is, you're done.
Shelby comes up. She's the narrator of the skit. Also in the skit is Brianna and Gabriella. Shelby is narrating the entire story, start to finish, of Austin and Sam's relationship.
Once upon a time, there was a big, strong, fighting frog. He had a beautiful girlfriend, and his dad owned the biggest pond in all the land. But he still wasn't happy. If only he can find a princess, then she could kiss him, turn him into a prince, and they would run away together. One night, after the slimy frog ditches his super hot senior pole most popular girlfriend, he meets his princess.
Your Highness.
Alas, it turned out that our frog not only had a secret identity, but also had a secret email relationship with a pen pal named Princeton Girl.
And she's reading their actual messages.
Yeah, the emails are out, okay? They paint Sam as a poor servant girl, she calls her. And she reveals at the pep rally that Cinderella is no other than diner girl Sam Montgomery.
Watching this, I was like, oh, this is intense.
It was hard.
It was high stakes.
It was hard to watch.
It was rough.
That was
mean.
One. That was horribly vicious.
It was like the meanest thing I've seen in a movie, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Not that I loved them being mean, but it was just like, oh, this is really...
Yeah. They made it just seem so awful that she worked at a diner. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
They made so much fun. Like, because...
a servant girl.
Because at one point, she like slips and falls into a cake.
Yeah.
It's just so cruel.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they're actually reading her messages, ugh. You can't read people's messages.
Right.
Messages are only made to be read in the brain, not aloud. And then Austin's dad's there, and in the messages says like he doesn't want to go to USC, he wants to go to Princeton.
Yeah.
And his dad's like,
what's going on here? What are they talking about?
Is this play about us?
Is this play about us? The dad's literally like, what are they talking about?
And he's like, at first he's like, no, and then after a while it's like, yeah, it's me.
And then okay, they reveal that it's Sam. At this point, she's crying.
She's in the back, she's crying.
Austin and Sam make eye contact. He just kind of look at him.
I think at this point he's angry to be outed to his dad, to not want to go to this nice school. He wants to go to a different nice school.
I don't know what...
I think that's what it is. He's like, I've been trying to lie to my dad about going to USC. I just want to go to Princeton.
But what I'm really trying to figure out, I was like, was he really taken aback that it was her? Like, was he?
No,
I don't think he liked the fact that it was her.
No, I don't think that was what it was. I personally think is that he was I think it was his dad being like, "What's going on?" I think he was annoyed that his dad was on his.
Well, I think he was also like, just like she was embarrassed. I think he was embarrassed that their messages got exposed. Yeah, the dad thing, and then I just feel like the fact that it was her didn't help the situation. I really don't think he. I don't think he got there yet. I don't think he had any time to process who it was. I think he was trying to process everything else. I think it was all of the things. I think the dad, like, he was embarrassed too, because this is his messages too. His dirty laundry out in the air. Now he got to face his daddy, and then it does not help that it's Diner Earl. I don't think he's not. I mean, I don't think he could have. He could have. There's no way in his brain that the girl he'd been texting from Princeton could have been like Barbie or like could have been Shelby level. It had to be somewhat of a loser, middle class loser, like on the popular and below. Right, I guess. So like I feel like that wasn't. I think he was just too much going on. His reaction could have been better. I didn't like it. His reaction was awful, terrible. I mean, it was literally like, ugh.
It was just like, I can't deal with this right now. Like, she's crying in the background. And she's looking at someone to confide in her because he's the only person that's going through what she's going through right now.
You're the only one who understands. And he don't give her nothing.
Nothing.
He don't talk to her.
He don't talk to her. And he kind of looks back as she, but it's too late.
So she runs off. Carter's like, we should get out of here. She's already gone, Carter. So they're gone. Her and Carter have left. And the next day, does she go home first?
She goes home. She
goes
home
first. She makes it to her room. She's crying.
Boo-hoo.
Then, of course, here comes Fionna knocking on her door. Hey. She tells her to go away. And she's like, but I have a letter here for you from Princeton. It's the small envelope. She gives her the envelope. Sam opens it. She reads it. It says that she's been rejected to the university. And Fionna's like, what does it say? And then she's like, I didn't get in. And she's like, oh, and you worked so hard.
It's the point where she's like, and why did I even think I could get in? That was really sad.
Yeah.
That's a really hard day.
Yeah. So, and she's like, why did I even think I could get in? And then Fionna tells her, well, look at this. Now you can work at the diner forever. And then Sam looks at her like, bitch.
Get the fuck out!
So she asks her if she wants a cookie. And she's like, so moist. As she's eating the cookie, she leaves the cookies behind and she gets up and she leaves. And then, now the waterworks really start.
Poor thing. I did, just like...
Now this, I said, it's funny because I was listening to... I think it's so funny that we're doing this movie. And on the way here, I was listening to Freaky Friday. I lost my train of thought.
I think it's so funny that...
Oh! And while I was listening to Freaky Friday, I was saying how... We were talking about how... Lindsay Lohan's character, she goes through a lot. She gets bullied by Shelby.
Yeah.
The teacher's out to get her. Her mom doesn't like her. I was like, this is grounds for... At that age. At this time. This is a lot. Suicidal thoughts. Because you get swirling. This... I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Because also, we didn't mention, she's graduating a year early so she can get out this house.
Oh.
So she, this is her dream. And the thought of being able to be, this thought of being stuck in the life that she is right now is really hard. After being publicly humiliated like that, then not getting accepted into Princeton, now being stuck with your evil stepsister, I would have done it. I was like, this is it. I literally my life is over. Yeah,
she's better than me.
I'd have been crying for way longer. Strong. I'm not going back to school tomorrow. I'm not going back to school this week.
And then she'll go to school tomorrow.
I know.
She'll go to school next
year. You know what? I'm just add the year. I'll try again next year.
Oh, we'll try again
later. Everything. But it also doesn't make any sense, too. Because could you imagine? She's taking AP classes.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense she didn't get into Princeton. But anywho.
So, the next day.
She's back at the diner.
She's at school.
Oh, she's at school, yeah.
So, she's walking the halls. People are laughing at her. Of course, she walks past Austin. They walk in front of each other. He don't say nothing. He just look at her. He don't say nothing but a word. He don't say a word.
Well, I don't think they walk past. I think he's looking at her in the distance. I think
they make eye contact, don't they? He sees her and he stops.
Yeah, he sees her, stops, and then Shelby comes.
And then Shelby brings her ass and walks up behind him, and she's like, "People like her don't fit into our world, Austin. What is your world?
You're 15.
Relax.
You're not Princess Diana.
You're a popular girl in a random high school in San Fernando Valley.
They're part of...
You're not Kate Middleton.
Exactly.
Relax. This isn't the royal family.
Exactly. This isn't the 1800s, bitch.
Cut it out.
Your dad's rich. My dad's rich. Technically, her dad's rich. He's just dead.
Right. She just works at
Everyone at our school is rich.
Right.
We all live in California.
Southern California. Y'all all wealthy. Shut up.
We just most of the people here just don't look wealthy because they just even the DJ is probably her dad.
She's probably rich as hell.
Her dad probably owns Disney or something.
Her dad probably a freaking lawyer for the biggest law firm in all of California.
We can just do whatever we want. We're in California. But yes, that happens. He doesn't say anything. She looks surprised and all that. So back at the diner,
he's avoiding her.
Yes, Sam is at her low. She's still working hard, which is crazy. She's at the diner scrubbing the floor. I don't even know if that's part of her job title. She's a busboy. They don't have a cleaning person for this. And I want to say Rhonda. is like, picks her off the ground. She's like, what are you doing? And Sam's like, this is my life.
She's like, I've got to clean these floors.
Right, I gotta clean these floors.
Like, no, with your life. And then Sam is like, well, this is my life. Like, I didn't get into Princeton. I'm stuck here. Like, this is me.
That's a little question with your life.
And Rhonda's like, sweetheart, no, this can't be your life. Like, you've got to want better for yourself. You've got to want more. Stop living in this woman's shadow.
Don't lose hope, honey.
You've got to, we can't do this anymore. And then
but also she's like 15, 16. She shouldn't be thinking about this. I can't do this anymore. Like her life should be easy. And it's just like, what are you doing with your life? I don't know.
Right. I'm like, what do you mean? Look at the cards I've been dealt.
Yeah. But it's just a hard, it sucks that she has to think about this. Like, what are you doing with your life? I don't know. Like, someone's supposed to be taking care of me up to this point.
It's awful.
Awful. But yes, and then her stepsisters come in and the door slams behind them, and which causes the wallpaper to fall off.
Because there's a guitar.
It's like
against the wall, hanging against the wallpaper. So they slam the door. The wallpaper falls off with the guitar.
Yes. And it reveals a motto from her father that says, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game.
And so as soon as she says this, she instantly has like a bolt of courage. And Gabriella ass was like, oh, mother, Sam knocked over your wall. When it was her.
Yes.
And then...
That's when I was like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to take that.
And then Fionna was like, oh, did she? And she's like, that will be coming out of your paycheck. And then Sam's like, I quit.
What paycheck? The girl hadn't received a paycheck. Also, sorry, I don't know if you mentioned. One of the reasons why Sam doesn't stand up to Fionna is because she's waiting for her wages from all the time that she's worked here so she can pay for Princeton. Because she's never got paid. Fiona's is hanging on to her money. She's never got paid. Oh, that's why she's saving up to go to Princeton. That's why she's working it. But also, Fiona's never given her a cent.
She's never giving her that money.
She was never going to.
Yeah.
But a reason why she's nice to Fionna, does whatever she says, because she hopes Fionna, pays her and doesn't want to piss her off. Even though that's not how child labor works, because you have to pay people.
Right. So Sam's like, I quit. And then she's like, what do you mean you quit? Where do you think you're going to go? She's like, I don't know. I'm moving out. I'm quitting. I'm taking my car.
I'm done.
I'm done with you. And then she's like, where do you think you're going to live? And then Rhonda steps up and she's like, she's going to live with me.
Oh, chills.
And then Rhonda's like, I quit.
When she said that, I don't know. I could have cried. She's going to live with me. Thank you. About time.
I mean, yeah.
That was so sweet.
That should have been the option from the jump.
From the jump. She's going to live with me. I think she was just waiting for Sam to
do it on her own.
I guess.
So Rhonda's like, and I quit too. And then she was like, the only reason why I ever stuck around this place is for this girl right here. And now that she's done with you, oh, sweetie, I'm done. There's no reason for me to stay here. So Rhonda quits. Of course, this prompts a mass exodus.
Ooh, love it.
The waitress, the old lady waitress, she quits. The cook in the back who be making all the salmon, he quits. And then all the restaurant patrons get up and they leave too.
And I ain't paying. I would love to. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah. One of the waiters is like, bill me.
Don't bill me.
So now she's independent. She's an independent woman. She's free of her.
Yes. Next, love it. So Sam is on her I Am Woman tour. So next she goes to what'd you say?
That's right.
That's right. So next Sam goes to confront Sam goes to confront Sam. Sam goes to confront Austin. So it is homecoming game night. Sam goes into the
night of the big game.
Night of the big game. Sam goes into the locker room. She finds Austin and she tells him,
I came to tell you that I know what it feels like to be afraid to show who you are. I was, but I'm not anymore. And the thing is I really don't care what people think about me because I believe in myself and I know that things are going to be okay. But even though I have no family and no job and no money for college, it's you that I feel sorry for. I know that guy that sent those emails somewhere down inside of you. But I can't wait for him. Because waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing.
See, that didn't do it for me.
That didn't?
It was like, I have nothing. I feel sorry for you.
That part too. The whole thing. And
the freaking low-rise jeans. I said, girl, work.
Girl, low-rise jeans this entire film. And one thing she good for is putting that one hand on her hip. Oh my God, it drives me insane.
Not the one hand on the hip. Drives me insane.
In every scene, her hand is on her hip.
That's how she acts.
I don't like that.
I don't like it.
It's awkward. Can you imagine walking around with your hand on your hip like that all day?
No.
Exactly. It looks crazy.
It looks crazy.
It looks foolish. Who does that?
She does.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. But she read him for...
And then, so she walks off and she gets the last word. Yes. So then, after she leaves, she runs into Carter.
Great friend.
A fantastic friend. I love their friendship.
Love it.
He's like, hey, I was looking for you.
I love that he's not in love with her.
I know.
Not even the slightest.
Yeah.
And he's not gay.
Yeah.
He's straight. He doesn't like her like that.
Those things too. Yeah. So he runs into her.
Not that the fact that I don't like he can't be gay. Just usually when it's like you have a best male friend.
She's actually revealing that she's homophobic.
Yeah. Because usually when you have a male friend in the movie, he has to be in love with you and you have to tell him you don't love him.
And if he's not in love with you, he's
gay. Right. But he's straight. He's a straight man who just doesn't like it like that. We're just friends, girl.
They're just friends. So he runs into her and he's like, hey, I've been looking all over for you. And she's like, yeah, I just talked to Austin, told him off. I'm ready to get out of here. Like, what are you doing tonight? And he's like, well, I was actually going to stay and watch the game. And then he's like, but if you don't want to do that, we don't have to. Like, we can, like, leave. And she's like, no. Like, I'll watch it. Yeah. It'll be our first and last.
Because for whatever reason, he seems like he's having school spirit recently.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
And then she's like, it'll be our first and our last. And she's like, besides, who else is going to explain it to you if I'm not there? And he's like, you're right. So then they go to the game. They're there. They're patrons. Austin's out on the field. His dad's there. His dad comes up to him on the field before the start of the game. He's like, don't mess this up. UFC scouts are here. I'm like, who left this man onto the football field? Why are you just like able to access this?
Security?
So Austin's like, yeah, Dad, whatever, okay? It's a big night. He's there. Meanwhile, Shelby's crazy ass is a cheerleader. She's on the sidelines. She's telling her flunky friends that her and Austin are getting back together. Which they're not.
Hell no, friend.
I would just like to point out that every female in this movie is delusional, except for Sam and Rhonda. They're all delusional. The sisters are delusional. Fiona's delusional. This chick's delusional. She said me and Austin are getting back together. Nothing of the sort is happening.
Right.
You're so far from the truth. He's actually about to kiss this chick. This other chick. He hasn't thought about you. He hasn't thought about you in over a month.
Yeah.
Probably even longer than that.
Right.
You idiot.
Stupid.
Anywho. So everything's unfolding. Shelby thinks they're about to get back together. The game's about to start. Austin's dad's there. There's a huge crowd. Sam and Carter are in the crowd. The game starts. Football begins. I don't know. At some point, it's like last quarter. We're getting close. Big tie. Big deal breaker play is about to happen.
The final play of the game. Everyone's chanting Austin's name. Austin, 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 Austin. Sam's like, this is too much. She's like, she turns to Carter. There's like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. She's like, I thought I could handle this, but look, sweetheart, I can't. I gotta go. And he's like, oh, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I gotta get the hell out of here. She's like, I did enough. And then he's like, look, I'll tell you how it ends. Not that she cares, but okay. Yeah. So she begins to leave. She's walking out. Meanwhile, Austin's on the field. He's talking to his players. He's about to tell them what we're about to do next to win this game. He sees Sam in the stands walking and leaving. He stops speaking. Everyone's looking at him. He's not talking. He's just watching Sam walk away. He looks at Sam, looks back at his teammates, looks at Sam again, looks back at his teammates. He gets up. He goes. He runs to her. He says, I'm sorry, guys. His dad's like, what are you doing? And then he's like, I'm out of here. He's like, I'm leaving. And he's like, stop. You're messing up your dream. And then he's like, no, Dad. I'm giving up on your dream. And then he runs after her. So she ain't noticed that he also, he tells Ryan to go in the game. I don't know. I wanted more Ryan edits. I want more Ryan. Did he even talk the whole movie? He said a few things. Did he? He didn't say much. Beautiful man. Beautiful. I'm rooting for him. Man. I'm rooting for his career. We're rooting for the Ryan. I'm hoping he got the scholarship to USC. So before he goes to Sam, he talks to Ryan. He said, it's your game now. And Ryan's like, he smirks and he's like, thanks, man. Because I actually care. I actually want to go there.
I actually do want to go to USC and play football and then open up a car wash once I'm done. So thanks. Maybe your dad can adopt me. But so he makes his way into the stands. He's like, excuse me, people. He's making his way. As she gets to like the end of the, what is it called? The bench?
The
and she's like at the top of the stairs of the stands. He's at the bottom of the stairs. They lock eyes. And she's like, Austin, what are you doing? And he runs up the stairs to her. And then
he says sorry. He apologizes.
He says sorry, something. Sorry it took me so long. I don't know. He goes in, he kisses her. As they kiss, we get a look at the sky. A single raindrop falls from the heavens and lands ever so perfectly on Chad Michael Murray's cheek. Then another one follows, another one drops, and then it starts to rain. They look up, they see the rainfall, they look at each other, and they kiss again. The first rainfall in months. Because why? The San Fernando Valley was in a drought.
Exactly.
And their love broke the drought.
Amen.
And he kisses her and he says, I'm sorry that I waited for the rain.
Ooh.
And she said, it's okay. Wow. And then the crowd goes wild, except for Shelby, the dad, and the twin sisters.
Also, they won the game, too. It was like...
And they won the game. They win the championship or whatever this is. Homecoming, who gives a
it's
shit?
homecoming game.
And it's just gravy from there.
And you know, they have... This must be like the middle of the school season. Is he not going to play football? Because homecoming game is not the end.
It's not even the middle. It's the beginning.
Yeah, the homecoming game is not the end.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, he don't care.
Pivot.
So, and now after the game is over, they've kissed. They're in
love. It's done. That done deal.
Sam starts to narrate again, and she says she's back at her house. She's in her room. She's packing her things up. Because remember, she's out of there. She's moving. She's moving in with Rhonda. So she's packing her things up, and she says after the football game, everything just started to fall in line. And while she's packing up, she notices a fairy tale book that her father was reading to her the night that he died. She picks it up, and when she picks it up, something falls out of...
What falls out of it?
You don't know?
I'm just joking.
Oh, I was like, are you serious?
Tell me, Jay, what falls out of it?
Something falls out of the book. Tell me. She looks at it, and it is revealed to be the last will and testament of, I guess his name is Hal Montgomery. He did, in fact, leave a will behind, and he left everything in Sam's name. The car, the house, the diner, everything. So, cut to next scene. We see Fiona's, Sam's car, getting put on a tow truck. Mm-hmm. And Fionna runs out with her disgusting little twin daughters. And she's like, I can pay for those tickets. And Sam turns to her. She's like, no, I'm actually selling your car.
Well, to pay for Princeton.
To pay for college. Mm-hmm. And she's like, and what makes you think you can go ahead and sell our cars? And she's like, because I own them. And then behind her is the district attorney for the San Fernando Valley. Mm. And he's like, are you Fionna Montgomery? And she's like, yeah, that's me. And she's like, well, are you aware that you signed this will stating that everything, this house, this car, and the diner is actually owned by your stepdaughter? And she's like, I've never seen that before. And he's like, I'm going to have to take you downtown, ma'am.
Right. Because that's fraud.
You're committing crimes
here. That's fraudulent.
Fraudulent. Embezzle.
Embezzle, bitch.
So, I guess she goes to jail.
Lock her
up. So, meanwhile, also, the sisters are tasked with finding the real letter that Sam received from Princeton.
They go in the trash.
That actually stated that she was accepted. Yeah. So, now she knows she's going to Princeton. She gets the diner. She gets the car. She gets the house. She gets the guy.
Thank you.
And to pay off her criminal debt, Fionna now has to work at the diner, scrubbing floors. And Sam is now going into business with Rhonda, who is now her business partner.
Her co-owner.
At the diner.
Just awesome.
That's beautiful.
Love that. And then the daughters also work there.
And the daughters are also working there, scrubbing floors.
Yes. It's kind of like, I don't feel bad for Fiona, but I do kind of feel bad for the daughters.
Just a little
bit. Because, like you're my mom. You're supposed to take care of me,
yeah,
mom.
and you got us working. You done fucked us over.
Like, yeah, I wonder if they still live in the house.
Ooh, that's a good question. Would I put them on the street? I would. I'd put Fiona on the street. I'd be like, your daughters could live here, but you can't.
Yeah. Also, I think it's... I low-key... Maybe he wrote it before... Maybe he... I thought it was kind of messed up that in his will, but maybe he wrote it before he met Fiona, that he didn't leave anything for Fiona in his will. Because that's like your wife. You're just like... Yeah. You get nothing.
That is true.
But unless he thought like Fiona was a bad person, then it's like, okay, then why'd you marry her?
I know he rolling over in his grave, seeing how that lady treated his dog.
And I can't stand that trope that men marry these terrible women and have no idea that they're terrible. And I cannot stand that.
Yeah, like, it's I'm blind to how awful they are.
And I have no idea. I had no idea that she was verbally abusing you.
And mentally.
Physically, and so were your daughters. I cannot stand that.
Yeah.
You have eyes.
Use them.
Jesus.
Where are they? So... Fiona's working at the diner, scrubbing the floor, so are the daughters. And then we get an update on Sam and Austin. They go off to Princeton together.
Austin's dad accepted the fact that he's going to Princeton.
Yeah.
He has a new car wash still. All Princeton alums get 60% off.
That's a big discount. That's huge.
Princeton's, they must not come around often.
I was about to say, Princeton alums must not live in San Fernando Valley. Yeah. 60%? That's
wild.
So, yeah, his dad eventually came around and they went off to Princeton together and they lived happily ever after.
Yes.
Or for now.
For now, as she says.
I love how she says that. Because let's be real. This is your first relationship and you're only a freshman in college.
So she says.
And he doesn't know who he is. You know who you are, but he don't know who he is.
Do you think they will stay together?
No.
What do you think would be the... What do you think happens? Like, why wouldn't they last?
She knows who she is. He doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the detriment of the relationship.
I think as long as he loves her and like wants to put effort into it, she will stay with him.
But I think he'll end up breaking up with her, but solely off the fact because he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's going to cheat
I can see
on
you think he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I can see him messing up, not so much him being like, oh, I don't love you anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I can see him messing up.
Yeah,
she'd be like,
mess up.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't, but him and Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan, they're done. They're in game
now with
They're
children.
in game. Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, they go the distance.
Yeah, they go the
These
distance.
two we don't know about.
Yeah.
Son,
do you know how long I would tell this? If I was in high school, I'd be like, do you want to hear this story?
Tell me about how I met
the 2000 drought.
Yeah.
2004 drought.
The 2004 San Fernando
Valley drought. If I was a teacher,
drought.
I would be telling the students about this tea for the rest of my life.
Right. The night was 2004, the night of the big homecoming game. The drought of 2004. So everyone gets their happy ending, even Carter. We see that Carter is in a commercial for acne.
Yes,
he's acting. And he even got the girl. Shelby thought she could weasel her little way ass, her little narrow ass on him. No. His girl is the girl who's the intercom DJ of the school.
Astrid.
That's her name?
No, I'm making an office joke. It's
Why
Astrid.
does she look like she would be Astrid?
It's Astrid.
Is that really her name?
It's Astrid.
That's her name?
Yes, Astrid in the movie. But in The Office,
yeah,
it's like Astrid.
That can't be right.
He's like, no, that can't be
Astrid, they can't be right.
But Astrid, the school DJ, and I think they look perfect together.
No,
same height.
Perfect.
They have the same they do different artsy. They're both artsy.
Yeah, they were perfect for each other.
Perfect for each other.
So yeah, even
I think they will go the distance.
Yeah, they will go the distance. So even he. Or she'll break up with him. He gets his happy ending. So we love that.
Yes. And all the mean people get nothing because that's what happens when you're a mean person. Remember that.
All we needed was for David to go to jail. But
David. Who to go to jail?
David, the rapey one. The rapey friend.
Yeah. And we're just going to say Ryan went to USC.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he got the win. He got to end the game.
Yeah. We're just going to say he went to USC and is living his best life. His best handsome life.
We love this movie.
Yeah. Good choice, Jade.
Yeah, you was doing all that hooping and hollering.
I was not hooping and hollering.
Yeah, I knew you didn't want to do the movie.
I was interested. I remember this movie. Going with it. You also mentioned Coyote Ugly, and I was like, that's a good one.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this has been fun. I have to get home.
Get out of here.
Gotta hit the road, Jack.
Get out of here, man.
So, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll catch y'all next time. Kisses later.
Bye.